Hello, everybody. Hi, I'm welcome to a special one shot of Spire tonight.
Oh my gosh, this
You have to look
overlay!
at the overlay. It's so good.
Wow.
Yes, thank you, Galway, for making this beautiful, excessive, um, glittery overlay. Please note in the corners underneath the players' faces, the sharks for each Ken, Dan, and Itchy Jim. Drawn, I believe, by Sam. Art by Sam. um, Also, I know that I want to show you. I don't know if I can just drag and drop this, but I'm going to try. Okay, can you guys see this poster now? Look, I'm sorry,
Uh,
Rachel. It's just going to cover you up.
I'm
Is
looking
it
at the
showing?
stream.
it
Okay,
actually
okay,
covered
okay.
you and
Yes, it
Sarah up, or
is.
now
No,
it's
I
Oh,
moved
it's
it
covering
covering
over.
you.
up you and Sarah. Now it's on
Um,
Rachel.
so we just want
Beautiful.
to show you this amazing poster that Sam created for Chu's upcoming concert. Spire's first annual Blood Ball starring Chu, the Queen of Excess, with Ken, Dan, and Itchy Jim. Today, let's get rid of this now so that we can see Rachel again.
It looks so good on that background. Like,
True. It does. Just cover my face. It's fine.
Oh, okay. What's happening? Streamlabs is trying to give me a notification about this. Okay.
it doesn't want you to remove the poster.
Nope. It's like the poster is too good. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Rachel's back.
There we go.
Okay. So now, we are going to be playing a special one shot with special rules, which we'll be going over in just a moment. So we didn't have the full cast tonight for Spire, but we still wanted to be able to play a little bit because it's Ava's birthday. Ava's not here, but she's in the chat. So please say happy birthday to Ava in the chat.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday.
Happy
Ava.
birthday, Ava.
And so we thought that, especially since Chu's concert was coming up with the the poster and being Ava's birthday and all that stuff, we were like, well, we can't just let this occasion go unmarked. So what we are doing instead is a one shot in also written by Grant Howitt, and I'm trying to remember the other person's name off the top of my head, and I can't. So I will pull it up.
Is it Christopher something?
It is Chris Taylor, based on a concept by Sean Smith. So, and it's based on. So we've adapted the things a little bit for the purposes of the stream, but it's based on a system called Jason Statham's Big Vacation, in which normally the players would be Jason Statham, the celebrity's crew, trying to make sure that he has a good vacation. And instead, you all are going to be attending to, well, you'll see, but it's not going to be, obviously, there's no Jason Statham, and you're working on getting the concert set up, not on having a vacation.
There's no Jason Statham.
There's no Jason Statham.
So let
There's
down.
not a Jason Statham of Spire?
Oh my God, Rachel, you're a
Can't be
robot
the
now.
one we killed. Oh, why?
Rachel, we're losing you again.
At least it's entertaining.
Okay, so before we get started, I will definitely explain all the rules and everything else, what you're looking at on this overlay, in just a minute. But as usual, we'd like to just point you to a few other things that are happening on Helpful Goat, such as tomorrow, Fates of Rin, I think, probably, usually at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, 9 p.m. Eastern. And then next Wednesday, Rachel will be running Goats of Saltmarsh, probably, right? Oh,
I don't know. Can you hear me?
yeah, I
Yes.
can.
I'm doing a new speed test, and it says my upload is 5.6 per second. So
That's decent.
Why is this
Yeah.
so far off center now? Thing got moved.
Yeah, but I'm
Sorry.
yes, Wednesday, Saltmarsh. I
Mhm.
was that's what you were asking me, and that's what I'm saying yes to.
Yes, that is all correct. Thank you. And then on Thursday, we'll be playing Spire for realsies at 6:30 Mountain Time, 9 8:30 Eastern time. And then on Friday, we'll be back in Tier Montreal. So you can catch
Ow.
me, Rachel, and Sam doing that next Friday at 7 Mountain Time.
But before then, you can catch these hands. I'm the security agent, so
That's
like,
true.
this important shit.
Yes. So let me explain a little bit about what is happening tonight. I think I'm going to read kind of give you guys the setup of what's happening first, and then we'll do the rules so that we have it all within the context of tonight's game. So for tonight's game, you are Ken, Dan, and Itchy Jim. And in fact, why don't I guess we can have each of you introduce your characters a little. So Sarah, would you like to kick it off for us with Ken?
Hey guys, it's me, Ken. You might be thinking, wow, this is really over the top and bombastic. That's not how I describe myself. I think of myself as just a happy go lucky, optimistic type. I'm Choose #1 fan.
Very good. Wonderful. Oh my God.
Oh, I'm dying.
So good. Rachel, would you like to
Oh,
introduce
jeez.
Dan?
I didn't plan anything even
You don't
remotely
have to
cool.
plan anything.
Hi, I'm Dan. I would say that maybe I'm Choose #1 fan. I am here to make sure that everything runs smoothly and that nobody gives us any trouble, legally speaking.
Thank you very much. And Sam, would you like to do a little intro of Itchy Jim?
Yeah. Hi everyone. I'm Sam. He, him, his.
Oh, yeah, I forgot
But
to do that.
tonight, y'all can call me Itchy Jim. And I happen to be Choose #1 fan and right hand man.
Oh my God. Love it.
I was told there would be dabbing.
Like a lasso.
Beautifully
There's
done.
so much dabbing.
Okay, so Ken, Dan, and Itchy Jim, your idol, B. Chu, Queen of Excess, is relying on you. She's hired her new manager, Sybil Valerina Tanulashrasa, aka Bev, and tasked her with arranging a short notice, absolute banger of a concert. Frankly, you're worried Bev isn't up to the task, but Chu likes her, and that's what matters most. Your job is to accompany Bev on her trial by fire introduction to being the manager of the Queen of Excess, and do what you can to not let her get dead, arrested, or totally freaked. Or, God forbid, she quits. Bev's itinerary for the day is to transport the body delivered by Lukash earlier in the day to the concert site. Then set up the stage and the chandelier from which the body will swing as it is mutilated. In perch. A chandelier. In perch. And finally, attend Lorelei's concert tonight to drum up some grassroots hype among concert goers and influencers. So, that's your itinerary for the day. The way that this game works is you are basically accompanying Bev on her itinerary throughout the day. And she has to get these things done, and you have to make sure that in so doing, she does not die, get arrested, freak out, or quit. All of you have a special role to play, which you already have, and we can go through those in just a second. And you will roll d12s to do actions. So if you want to do something, I'll tell you roll a d12. You'll roll a d12. If it shows a 4 or less, you succeed. If it shows higher than a 4, 5 or above, you fail. 1s are critical successes, 12s are critical failures. And you have special skills based on your role that increase your chances of success. So, for example, none of you actually have this role, so I'm going to use that one as an example. One of the agents' special characteristics is they're a failed actor. So, if they were trying to do something that involved something to do with acting or networking among actors, they could get a 6 and it would count as a success. So all of you have 3 things on your character sheet and a number next to them that tells you what you can roll on that to get a success. So we'll go through those in just a minute so that everybody can hear them. So you roll that d12. At the same time, you roll a d6. So every time you roll a d12, you're also going to roll a d6. And if the number on the d6 matches the number on the d12, then Bev is going to do something unpredictable. Um, then there's also these little checkboxes that are currently, if you look on the stream, because y'all can't see it on your Discords or whatever, but you'll want to track this on your character sheet or somewhere else. You have these 3 little empty checkboxes underneath your name and your pronouns and stuff. That's your adrenaline marker. So it can be at 0, which everybody's currently at 0, and it can go up to 3. If you make it to 3, then you die, or you go mad, or are otherwise rendered unable to help Bev. So you don't want it to get to 3. You get adrenaline when you do an action and you fail on that d12 roll. And it was dangerous, and you could have taken an injury or otherwise gotten like really stressed out from like the danger or the fallout of the situation. So the benefit to adrenaline is you can add your adrenaline score to. That's not a benefit. Sorry, back that up. The other bad part of adrenaline is you also add your adrenaline score to your d12, so it raises. The higher your adrenaline, the harder it is to succeed. That all make sense so far?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do want to drop that Chelsea left a poem.
Oh, thank you. I haven't seen the chat because I have my screen set up so different. So, would you like to read the poem?
Sure.
Thank you.
And I'll do it in my itchy jam voice.
Please do.
Happiest birthday to Ava. I hope you've had the best day. This one shot is going to be so much fun to play. These voices are amazing and such delight. A big excite to be here tonight. Wow, y'all are gems, and thank you for all that you do. Oh my God, I love all of you.
Oh my gosh.
That was actually one of 2 poems also.
Oh. Oh, we got
She
2
wrote that
poems
one
today?
on the spot for Ava just now. So
That's so wonderful.
Oh,
Is there
okay.
another poem?
yeah, it says happiest birthday to Ava. I hope you've had the best day. I'm so very excited for tonight's artistic soiree. The event has been planned, come one, come all. We're all dying to attend the first annual Blood Ball. Hoping the swan takes the bait and the group finds success in this plan they did brew. Much love, Spire crew. I can see and hear you.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mess with this camera because it's driving me nuts. You can probably all see this, and I'm sorry. But Rachel's camera is like in completely different spot. And okay, now we're going. That's so much better. Thank you, everyone. Okay, thank you. Too late. Thank you, Chelsea. Sorry. Please don't feel
Yes.
obligated to write a new one for next week. We will. Oh my God.
We'll redo it.
We'll redo it. Yeah, we'll read it in new voices. Also, just the fact that you made up a new poem for us on the spot because you weren't expecting a one shot.
Neither were we.
Neither were we. This got thrown together throughout the day, and
Yeah, I have
hectic
no
manner.
idea what's going on. So
You and all of us. That's still off center. Rachel, it's always your camera feed. That's a problem.
why?
It's not you. I'm okay. I'm not. We're not going to worry about it. Okay,
Okay.
so the other,
It's not you, it's the stream.
yeah, and it's not too bad now. It's way better than it was, honestly. Okay, the other thing you need to know about the game is that for each of the 3 scenes, which is the getting the body to the concert site, setting up the stage and the chandelier, and Lorelai's concert, 2 of these tracks, dead, arrested, freaked, or quit, will be relevant. So in any given scene, I pick one and y'all pick one together as a group. And the other 2 aren't going to matter, but depending on what goes on in the scene, those numbers start to tick up. And as we get closer and closer to 8, Bev gets closer and closer to whatever that fail condition is, dead, arrested, etc. So if we ever get to 8, y'all have 1 chance to keep it from going off the hooks. And if you can save Bev when she gets to an 8, then we can, then we'll take it down back to like 7 or 6 or however, much you've decreased it. But if you can't, then like you're all fired, Bev quits or is arrested, and Choose Concert goes awry. So you want to be managing not only your own adrenaline levels, but also Bev's kind of different. And like I said, in each given scene, only 2 of them will be relevant at a time. So we'll just decide before we go in.
Also, it would be
So
pretty. It would be pretty shitty if she gets a new manager and we kill her right away.
We've killed people faster.
I know.
What I will say is, if we succeed, then this is canon. If we don't succeed, then
This is
today's
not
events
canon.
are not canon.
Yeah, we're not going to derail the actual game of Spire based on, Bev getting arrested tonight. So I think yes. When you do successful actions, so then you decrease the these are called Bev tracks. So if let's say Bev is at 4 on quit, on the quit Bev track. If you do an action successfully, I might say that's a good medium size action, so we'll take 2 off of it, and she'd be down to 2. So that's how you manage that. There's no mechanic in place to say like to lower adrenaline, but I think like it doesn't make sense to me, like given that it's adrenaline, right? Like the kind of flip side of adrenaline is stability, so doing things to stabilize yourself. So if you're getting adrenaline because of an injury, taking time or going out of your way to like heal the injury or like wrap it up or whatever. If you're if you're getting adrenaline because of stress or because of time things, then like taking time or whatever. So just FYI, I think that makes sense because I don't feel like adrenaline should be a permanent.
Just to answer Lena's question in chat, this is a separate Grant Howitt one shot
Yes.
called Jason Statham Goes on Vacation.
Jason Statham's Big Vacation, yes.
Big Vacation, okay.
Which we are adapting into, I don't know, Bev's Trial by Fire introduction to being Choose Manager. So, yes. Anything else before you guys tell the world what your special roles and abilities are?
I'm ready to get a scratching.
All right. Then why don't we let's see. Who wants to start off by telling everyone what your role and abilities are?
Just the names of them, right? Because they don't have descriptions.
Yeah.
Or am I? Okay, sorry.
Mhm. Fine.
So, as the itchiest of gems, I am the security agent, and this entitles me to these hands, which are weapons, and also weapons, which are weapons. And I get special bonus when dealing with extraction of important clientele.
You make me laugh every time.
I know that you explained what the numbers are next to them, but
Mhm.
I'm going to be real that I did not hear it.
Okay. So why don't you say yours first, and then I'll explain what the numbers mean in context.
All right. I guess we're doing it in character voice too. So, Dan's a lawyer, and he has what's called law lore. That one's a 9. And also he's a spin doctor. That one's a 7. And also he's got a real keen eye for detail. Oh, that one's a 6. I don't think I was supposed to say the numbers, but I'm saying them anyway.
It doesn't matter. Okay, so what that means is if you are doing an action related to, let's say, the spin doctor, you're trying to talk your way out of something or make something that was looking bad look good for you instead, right? That's a spin doctor move, right? So now your success on that D12 is a 7 or lower instead of a 4 or lower because you're doing something related to spin doctor.
I legit almost wasn't paying attention to your second explanation.
I
but
saw
then
you
at the
two
very
back
end,
in at the end, and I was like, oh, good. Okay, we got it.
I was just like, and then I was like, wait, she's doing the thing I asked her to do. And then I heard it. Okay, we're
Okay.
good.
Great.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Sarah, what is Ken?
Ken is the tour guide. Ken has local knowledge, follow me, and extreme sports.
Which I really hope becomes relevant at some point.
It's going to. How else you think we're getting that chandelier up there?
That's
There
a
you
good point. Okay. So are we ready to jump into Bev's big day?
Let's go.
Okay. All right. um you all are sitting outside Bev's house because that's a normal thing for groupies to do. As Bev kind of, she opens the door, she comes outside, she sees you all sitting there. And she's dressed she's a drow woman. She's dressed quite plain. She wears kind of brown and tan clothing, a nice little skirt, a nice little blouse, very very cute buttons all the way up to her neck. And has a big sunbonnet on to protect her from the sun, as well as some loose kind of veils, so that no sun can kind of sneak in and hit her face. Um, and very practical shoes, good for walking. And she steps outside of her house and oh oh you must be and she looks at Rachel and at Dan, I suppose, and pulls out a notebook and kind of flips through it. Judging on okay, Dan.
Yeah, Dan. And I stick out my hand to shake it.
She shakes. Yes. Oh, hello,
I'm
Dan.
here to help with any of the sweet talking that you might need. I'm quite a sweet talker, if I do say
Oh.
so myself.
Oh, I'm married.
Usually the ladies just melt when they hear
I'm
my
married.
voice.
It's fine. No,
It
thank
could be
you.
platonic melting. You don't need to make it weird.
Okay. She flips her page and kind of scans it, and then it's like, so you must be Ken. And
Jeez.
It's me, Ken.
oh, okay. Still married. Okay, and that leaves Itchy Jim. Wow. Hi, Jim. Whoa.
How do you do?
Yep. She just opens the door and she's like, "Honey, I'll probably be late tonight." And you hear someone yell back from inside, like, "Okay, have a safe day." And she closes the door. Well,
You're pretty normal for a Chew fan.
oh, I'm not really much of a Chew fan. I know that sounds crazy, but I really was hired mostly for my managerial expertise.
Have you seen
I knew there
Chew?
was a reason why she didn't pick me for the job.
Oh, is your managerial experience not very robust? I have quite a lot of it. So I think that she was pretty impressed with my resume. But yeah, I think. Oh, I mean, I've seen some Chew performances, of course. I know a little bit about Chew. I wouldn't have applied for the job without spending some time really getting to know a little bit about her. So yeah, but you all, I've heard great things about, just great big fans, huh?
Well, you might know a lot about us. And you might know some things about you, but we don't know much about you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, we know a lot about you. Oh, I see what you did there. Clever.
Also, we're losing you again, Rachel.
No!
Such a robot.
Sometimes Dan turns into a robot. It's just a thing.
It's just a thing.
I mean,
Okay.
I can do it, but I can't figure it out.
Canon now.
I have no idea.
Still sound like a robot?
Yeah,
Yep.
still a bit of a robot. And your camera's
Roll
frozen.
it!
Yeah. Oh, here we go. We're half and half now. Pretty. Sarah is now Dan. Sam is now Ken. I am half Itchy Jim, half
I can
Bev.
be half Dan.
Let's see, get my itchy Jim voice on. Huh.
It's like, I don't know which of us is Hulk Hogan, but one of them.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, and hopefully, I guess we'll have to just kind of do a little dance while we wait for Rachel to get back.
Rachel can't get back into Discord.
Oh no.
All right.
Okay.
Snap into a Slim Jim.
All right. Well,
Oh, I think Anne just took a phone call. Bev, why don't you just tell us a little about yourself while we're here? You know,
Oh,
tell us about your
certainly.
family. Who's inside? Who'd you just close us? Who'd you close that door to?
I really like to maintain a solid work-life boundary. You know, I'm like leaning over so that I'm half in my own my own like little spot here. Like, hey guys. I really like to maintain a nice work-life boundary, but as I told you, I'm married. So that's my spouse, and he really doesn't need to be involved with this, I don't think. And she starts kind of ushering you forward and away from her home. I really actually wasn't expecting you to meet me here. I thought maybe there would, be a place of business where but that's fine. So speaking of business, and I know we'll have to recap this when Rachel gets back, but we do need to pick up. Um, my notes say the body, so I think we need to go ahead and start that. Maybe along the way, you can explain a little bit to me about what this means that we're picking up a body.
It's probably Chu's rather large body of work. You know, she's quite the prolific artist.
Oh, okay. And
It's an
how?
honor working for her. You should know this.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't take your position lightly, because
Oh,
it's going to be taken by somebody else who does.
I don't. Um, I'm really happy to have this job. That's not the problem. Her body of work, is that the thing
I'm
that we
just
can?
surprised that Shu didn't ask us to be part of the hiring process for you. So, usually she's real interested in our opinions. We're her biggest fans.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just
Well,
strange that we haven't met yet.
Well, this is my
well,
first day, so I can't even believe honestly that fans are involved in the process at all. So I
Sure.
guess but you're going to be dancing in the show, right?
Oh yeah, we do everything.
Everything.
Okay, well maybe let's go pick up the body to start, whatever that.
Anybody tell me what I missed since I
Yeah,
was
that's
gone?
we just kind of stalled, and Bev is moving you towards going to pick up the body, which is the first item on the agenda for the day. The itinerary is to pick up and transport the body to the location of the um, event. So,
Okay,
yeah, there's really, yeah, they were grilling Bev on her credentials and things like that.
gotcha. Yeah, sorry, I don't know why. Is it okay now? I
Yeah.
switched to
yes.
my different microphone and I restarted the computer and then switched it. I don't think it was the microphone's fault, but I did it anyway.
Yeah.
So.
It sounds good. It looks good. Hopefully it will.
Sorry.
You're
I'm
fine.
reloading Roll20 again too.
Okay. Okay, so we are going to enter the first scene, which is transporting the body, picking up and transporting the body. I'm going to say that one of the two Bev tracks that is in play is going to be the arrested, because you are transporting that body around. So arrested is one of your fail conditions for the scene, and the two of you or the three of you collectively get to pick what the other one is.
If we fail.
Yeah, like what else is like which other of the between dead, freaked, and quit are the things that are kind of at risk
I
here
would
for
say
happening.
freaked probably this early on.
Can I get a description of freaked? I don't know if I
Yeah,
necessarily
so
heard that.
freaked is gonna be like kind of the like mind fucked side of things. So like as opposed to dead, like just too
Oh,
like mentally like, oh my god, I can't handle this to
okay,
continue doing her work.
okay.
versus quit would be more of like, I'm fed up with this. I can't believe I'm being asked to do these things. This is
I-
unsafe working conditions, right? Those kinds of things.
I'm pretty sure that we would sooner be freaked than any one of us would quit. Can't speak for
Well,
Bev.
it's not y'all, it's Bev that you're
It's
worried
her.
about right now.
Oh.
You're trying to
Th-
keep
th-
Bev
th-
from getting arrested. You're trying to keep Bev from dying. Yes.
Okay,
So,
then maybe it is still freaked though,
okay.
because yeah.
So arrested and freaked
is.
are our two tracks for this scene. Okay. So you know Bev knows where to go to pick up the body. So Lukash has dropped off this body per thanks Ava. Lukash has dropped off this body per choose requirements, and you are now picking it up. So you approach kind of the drop off point, and it's kind of a shady, seedy place. It's not where you would pick up a discography. It is definitely where you would pick up something like drugs or a dead body or weapons or other illegal things of that nature. And so, yeah, Bev is definitely already going to be a 1 on the freaked. So hopefully you can see there's now this little circle on freaked. Can you see it on stream? I guess the rest of y'all will track
Oh,
it.
I wasn't looking at. I
Yeah,
was
sorry.
looking.
See it all.
We'll track it here on roll 20. So
Oh, not showing up.
okay, you are a robot again.
No.
Okay, it's better now.
Now you're not.
Now you're not. You screamed no and it listened. I'm just saying. Okay. Yeah, so okay, the freaked the circle, I can like resize it a little smaller, but like it's kind of a red color, so it being on pink and purple is definitely helping it not show up. Hopefully that's pretty visible to you all on the stream. Okay, so Bev is a 1 on the freaked because of just the location. And yeah. Oh, okay.
Is there a way that my commanding presence could instill a sense of peace and protection in Bev's heart, knowing that she's got these guns protecting her?
So passively, yes, we can say that that's one of the things keeping Bev from being more freaked right now. But in terms of like game mechanics, to decrease anything like the number where the counter is on the track, you have to succeed at some action that helps the goal of the current situation. So currently the goal is to transport the body. The more that's going to plan, the less freaked Bev is going to be.
Gotcha.
Okay. So yeah, so she's like, I guess we're supposed to, is this right? Are we in the right part of town? We're supposed to pick something, the body up in here? So
Well, what does your address book say?
oh, it says 227. I don't know. What's a good
Dead
no,
Body Lane.
Dead Body Lane.
Well, psh, is that what that says on the door?
It sure is. You are at 227 Dead Body Lane.
I think we're in the right place then.
Good job, tour guide. Yeah. Okay, well, I guess we'll just go ahead in.
Don't worry, I can handle talking. I'll just go up and knock on the door.
Okay, I heard that. You are a little robot-ish, but I heard you're gonna
I
knock
don't
on the
know
door.
what to do.
Yeah, I don't know either. Okay, yeah, you go and you knock. And
Rachel, you could try using your phone, maybe.
and we won't have the camera feed
Mhm.
at all, and it'll mess everything up.
My phone would be terrible. It's not good for that kind of shit. Sadly.
Maybe I guess we would have the camera. Just be. Well,
Could we just try without Rachel's camera on? If that might.
yeah, it might move where people are in the thing, but in the overlay.
Well, somebody
I can
click
fix it,
trouble
though.
to help. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I mean, you tried resetting.
Yeah, the video connection is poor on Discord. Oh, now it's green. It was
It's
red.
back up to.
And now
yeah,
you
you're
look
back
fine.
normal,
Yeah, it sounds
so
fine.
this might just
I
be
don't know.
something we have to deal with tonight. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah. So yeah, Dan knocks on the door. And the there's no answer, and There's no answer.
Do we have an appointment here? Or
Uh, and she kind of flips through her itinerary. It's just this is where I'm supposed to pick up the body. I suppose should we try the door? Should we just go in?
I'm go ahead and try opening that door.
Okay. Yeah, you open it and it is unlocked. As if someone
Yeah,
was expected you to be. Yeah, so you can go
a
in.
little rude. You could have just opened when I knocked. It's fine.
No one's here.
I say that as I walk in to
Okay.
nobody.
To
Yeah.
nobody. Yeah, and slumped against the wall, well, actually covered by like a tarp kind of, but pretty obviously against the wall over there is yeah, a dead body courtesy of Lukash. Pretty fresh.
Oh, excellent.
So wait, you were expecting it to be an actual literal
Just would Chu
body?
have told us about the body?
Yeah,
Like,
you
or are
guys,
we
you definitely know the plan for the concert, which is to swing this body from a
okay?
chandelier and have her raving fans shred it to pieces.
Oh, this is absolutely part of the plan here, Bev. This right here, it looks really real, doesn't it?
Um, yes, yes,
And
I would
that's all.
say.
That's all part of the plan. It looks very real, and we're gonna be using this very real looking body in Chu's show.
Okay, this very real looking body, and she kind of pulls the tarp back.
Oh no, it's an actual dead body. It's part of the
Oh,
show.
okay. I'm gonna roll a
It's
d3.
very real looking, though,
It
isn't it?
looks like a real dead body because it is one.
I'm rolling a d3. It's taking a
It's
minute.
a
That's one.
lawyer.
Yeah. So Bev is now at 2 freaked.
I was trying to not bleed out.
Okay, it's just okay. Well,
Oh, sorry.
you know, weirder first days have happened. How are we getting this across Perch to where the concert's happening?
Easy, lefty and righty.
Oh, okay. I just thought maybe there would be like permits or something we'd have to carry if we were going to be transporting an actual body.
So is this
I'm
a thing where I could roll my like law lore about what I could know about what we actually need to do this, or is this just super illegal and there's like no?
Yeah, so we can say like you would know kind of the legalities. Rolling for law lore would be actually something that you would do. Like if someone challenged you on it, you could like drop legal speak at them, right? You could be like,
I
well,
see.
according to statute, whatever, like this, that kind of thing. As
Well,
like a
see, if anyone stops us and asks, it's just a prop. It just looks like a real body.
We could also like wrap it in the tarp a bit and make it not look like a body as we carry it across town. I'm sure there's ways to disguise it.
That's
Yeah,
a great idea.
is there any like large furniture or something around that could perhaps like a bathtub or something
Like a
um
chest.
you
or a
are in
chest?
a place that looks like it's like a smuggling dead drop kind of place where like criminals use this spot to like drop shit and then have their hands cleaned of it. So there's some debris around, like some busted up crates in the corner, some broken ceramic, some syringes. You all would know yourselves being part of the citizenry of Perch that the sulfur like drug pandemic or whatever you want to call it of Perch is just out of control. So like clearly some people have been using in here. And besides that, like it's mostly just kind of empty besides the tarp over the body and the body.
Do we all have ropes?
You do all have ropes. Yes, you are in Perch, so you would all have ropes, god ropes, and other things of that nature.
Maybe we just combine some of our extra rope and tie it up kind of sausage like maybe we could just say we found a giant sausage that we're bringing to my house.
Okay. Just FYI, Rachel, you did go robot again, but I think I caught most of what you were saying. So who wants to roll to actually do the action of tying it up and making it look not like a body?
I can roll because
Okay.
everything else is going terribly for me. So
All right. Roll your D12 and then. Hey, that's a success. A
yeah.
3. You had to get a 4 or lower, so you sure did sneak it in there. Now also roll a D6. That's a 5.
Yeah.
So the two numbers have to match for it to trigger Bev doing something weird. Okay. Yeah, you wrap up the body and kind of use your ropes, tie it up, have Itchy Jim and Ken kind of hold things in place as you kind of do this. And you do successfully get this to look a little bit less like a body and a little bit more like some other kind of thing that's getting transported, which does take one of Bev's freaked away.
Yeah.
Okay. And you can now start the process of actually moving the body. Okay. So it says that we.
Sausage.
What's
Body sausage.
I still can't.
Weird. I really don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Internet's being weird because of the weather.
Could
Hey,
be.
it's fine.
That's not what I wanted. Stop. I was trying to see if I could.
What was the last thing you were saying there, Elise? We can finally start the process of what?
Yeah, moving the body. So at this point, Bev will kind of consult her notes and say, "Okay, Miss Queen of Excess said that the next stop for the body is going to be where we're setting up the stage and the chandelier, which is over by Boundary Fire 6, I believe. So I have the address here. It's 488-7, BF, which I assume means Boundary Fire 6. So let's start making our way that way. I did oh gosh, Rachel, you're still just a spinny.
Yeah.
Trying to get your camera to work, but can y'all see Rachel, or is it just my?
I just have spinning squares.
I have spinning.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see Ava's message in Discord about server settings?
No, I wasn't sure how to do it. So let me
Okay.
see everything I'm saying well. So go into server settings and change the server from I think she's saying that for you. Yeah.
Oh, is
So
that for me to do? Oh,
settings change from US to Europe.
yeah, I have to be the one. Great. Okay.
Yeah. Server settings.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, everybody. We are troubleshooting, lighting things, server settings.
So
to Europe?
So just Europe.
Yeah.
Okay, tried it. See what happens.
Hello.
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 I think
I can see Rachel
you hear
now.
me?
Yeah.
I can
Yes.
too.
All right.
So maybe
Fingers
it
crossed.
works.
Hopefully it'll work. Okay.
If this
Yay.
works-
Thanks, Ava.
Thank you, Ava.
Yes. Yeah, I know you said to do it before, and I was like, I don't know what it means. So thank you for actually explaining it out.
So I guess, all two important things considered. Y'all are gonna want me to carry that body.
I think that's a great idea because I think that you should follow me.
Yeah, see the
And I start
the
stomping
key
off.
thing, Bev, to a perfect support team is unity. And that is what Ken Den and Itcha Jim bring to the table that you never could.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. I guess I'm gonna follow Ken. Ken
Come on, guys.
maybe he seems to know. Yeah. Okay. And she just takes off
Bev,
after.
I think I'll like fast walk to keep up with her. You can hear me now, right?
Yes. Yeah. You're good.
Hopefully. Okay. Every time I talk, I'm like, is it still okay? I'm just gonna be like, Bev, we are a pretty well-oiled machine here, and you are just kind of coming in. I'm gonna give you a little hint of advice. Maybe don't just assume everybody's hitting on you. You don't need to tell everybody you're married when they first talk to you, because that kind of sets a weird precedent that maybe you're trying to close us out while we're just trying to let you in. Itchy Jim might not be trying to let you in so much.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Chew is the only one for us.
It's true.
Okay. I'll it's actually the first time I've ever had to say that to somebody on the first day of work. So I don't know what that's about. Ken, go ahead and roll a d12.
Shh.
So for the most
I was
direct,
about to-
yeah,
I was about
for
to
like
say
kind of leading them out of this area
Okay.
on the way to kind of taking you the most direct route to Boundary Fire 6. Oh, fun!
Yes.
Look at y'all go.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll that d6. So if this d6 is also a 1, it's not. It's a 5. So you are safe from Bev doing something unpredictable. And Bev just kind of she kind of nods at you, Dan, and says, you know what? Let's just let bygones be bygones, and let's just focus on on this. And now that you're out in the light of day and like following Ken, and you've kind of circled around into like less shady parts of town, you definitely notice some people kind of like giving looks at this. Like the body is disguised, but it's still kind of an odd, like hefty thing. And the fact that you used god ropes to tie it up, when god ropes are often used to like connect you into like support structures and perch and things like that, is kind of drawing. I mean, like you used what you had on hand, right? But it's definitely drawing some looks, which at this point now, like Bev just sees every look and thinks like the worst possible situation, right? Like she's like, oh God, they're all gonna know. They're all gonna know. So we're gonna roll a d3 and see. Oh my gosh, Bev is very cool today. She just rolled a 1. So we'll mark 1 on the freaked. And that puts her up at 2. Um, there you go. So she's getting a little less cool, but still maintaining it. And you're walking along easily using Ken's expertise to kind of, and this is a critical success also, a 1 on a d12. So
Ooh.
easily using Ken's expertise to kind of dodge through like some areas where people might be kind of, or you might run into city guards or other people who would have questions about what you're transporting. Ken, is kind of the added benefit of your critical success there, Ken. And as you're kind of approaching down into this, you kind of go down a few levels because remember, Perch is a vertical cityscape. And you kind of go down a few levels and across a little ways. You pass Boundary Fire 3, you pass Boundary Fire 4. As you get to Boundary Fire 5, the three of you see approaching from the other direction, kind of in a hurry. And when this person sees you, they like lock on to like the three of you, and like just come straight at you. And this is someone that you know because Chu has previously fired this person from the role that Bev now holds. This is an ex-manager of Chu's, who had a falling out. So prior to the one who was murdered, this was maybe even a couple years ago. But this was her previous manager before the last one who died, and then now Bev. And this person comes power walking your way.
Do we have any kind of relationship with this person?
You would know that Chu does not like her, and therefore you don't like her. You probably kind of, I think at the time, like none of you were as big of super fans as you are now, where you kind of have like an in with Chew a little bit more. But at the time, this is we're gonna go with Pam just to kind of keep the Bev, Ken, Dan, Jim,
Oh
Pam.
man.
Pam is coming power walking at you.
My
And
mom's name is Pam.
I was just thinking Jim and Pam from The Office.
okay, do I need
You
to
got
switch it from
this
Pam? Is
Jim.
this gonna be a
Yeah.
problem, players? Is
So
everybody gonna?
much. I'm so distracted.
We're good.
Okay.
I want a drink.
Yeah, everybody hydrate yourselves.
I
Pam
ran out
is
of tea.
Pam is power walking towards you, and she sees you, and she scowls and she comes stomping up, and she stops Ken, who's kind of in the lead, just like she's not letting you pass. She's like, "Oh my god, still with the Queen of Excess shit? I can't believe y'all are still doing that."
I just walk right through. I'm not taking any of her shit.
Pam like shoves you back. Keep in mind you are holding the body. Yeah.
Sausage.
I'm a bouncer though.
Yeah, and she shoves you.
Can I like can I roll for this shit? Because like
Oh my
I'm
God.
not stopping.
I just wanted you to know I rolled another 1 on a D3. Bev is very level-headed, but she's a little freaked by the sudden appearance of someone stopping you, and especially in the context of the the problem of like too much time will draw too much attention.
I've still got another hand, you
Yeah,
know.
you're gonna try and just like push right past her. Yeah, go ahead and roll a d12 to just kind of shove past Pam.
And I'm gonna
Okay.
try and talk to her after.
Mhm.
Or I just don't want to interrupt.
Yeah.
So I have to roll less than an 8 for success. Is it?
Oh,
That's a 9.
Is that a 9?
That's a
9.
9.
No.
Pam is beefy. Itchy Jim is beefy. Pam is beefy too. And Pam is like, Pam's properly secured into Perch's like security system where like, so in case the guardrails fall off or whatever, like Pam doesn't fall. And she like leans into that shit and like just pushes you back. And you stumble back. And in fact, like doing so, like you kind of like with the body in your arms, you stumble back directly into Dan, and the two of you kind of crash back into the ground, now with the dead body on top of you, and you see one of the god ropes come a little loose around the body, like the secure wrappings on the body, and like a hand just kind of flops out from the stuff. And Pam looks down at you. She looks at Ken and she looks over Ken's shoulder at Bev and then at the body and she's like, "That can't be."
Actually, let me just explain to you. I went into like the totally wrong voice to do actually. All right, so it's actually plenty legal because you don't know what you're seeing. I'm sorry that you're still butthurt over the fact that you no longer work for the
Oh.
queen.
But that's what you think this is about? I'm not butthurt. Chew is so yesterday. This is like old news in Perch. If you want to
Oh, okay.
if you want to be up on like what's cool in Perch, you've got to be watching that Callisto Bronx guy.
Okay, first of all, this was never about what's cool in Perch because I don't give a shit. I give a shit about you.
Oh,
You
me? About me?
Two.
I don't care. You think what's fucking cool. Chew is the queen of excess. And will always be my queen. So you often like whoever you like. You're not invited to this anyway. Don't
Rachel,
worry.
you're a robot again.
That's
I mean,
right.
it is very good though.
We don't give a fuck about none of that. We give all our fucks about Chew.
Oh, sorry, fucks.
All right.
Okay, wait. While Rachel hopefully gets her thing working, I don't know if you have like a reaction to them, but like I have a reaction while this is all happening. If
Yeah, go ahead.
okay. Hold on, let me see how to. Okay. Oh, she's moving.
Okay, good.
Yeah, she's muted too.
All right. So I basically want to like kind of provide a distraction
Okay.
by using my extreme sports.
Okay.
So that Pam will like kind of look at me, and so I'm gonna initiate that. So that's just what I'm doing. So I'm gonna be using extreme sports for my
Okay.
thing here.
What are
Okay.
you actually doing?
Okay.
What?
So it's Jim. Why don't you take care of that package right there? And Pam, turn that frown upside down. Look what I can do. And I just do a cartwheel and a flip.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Parkour. Go ahead and roll a d12, and Dan. Well, I'll let. Yeah.
So 1d12.
I can hear you guys the whole time. I don't have
Okay.
any connection issues from that end. So just even when you can't see or hear me, I can hear you guys perfectly and
Okay.
see you perfectly. I really have no idea
So a
what the fuck's
7.
going on.
Okay. Yeah, we'll try and
What do I need to do?
first let's resolve Ken's roll here. 7 is a fail. Is extreme sports a 6?
So I have a 5 for extreme sports.
Okay. So 7 is a failure. So
Okay.
you you jump up on the side rail that is meant to keep you from falling off the side of Spire to your death. And you start to do like a backflip off of it. And Pam does look at you long enough to reach out and just like smack your thigh as you start to do the backflip, and you fall flat on your back. And we're gonna go ahead and mark that as our first adrenaline. So I'll get it on here. So on the Twitch stream, it should show up as a little X marked in one of those white boxes. Sarah, you'll just want to track it somewhere like on paper or on your sheet or whatever, so that also. As you fall and kind of get winded, you can feel that like this fall has like you've kind of tweaked your arm trying to catch yourself, and it's like you caught yourself from falling off the edge of perch, but now have an injury.
Okay, I was gonna say Itchy Jim has been like enthralled by what Ken is doing because Ken is a fan of Itchy Jim. Sorry, Itchy Jim's a fan of Ken. When Itchy Jim saw what Pam just did, he drop kicks her.
Okay.
Before any of this happens, can
Yeah.
I roll for my
Legal
with either law lore or spin doctor or whatever you think it was? I was trying to like get her away from what she was thinking about and talk more. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
but I am
So-
also better at law lore, so I mean, I could
Yeah,
also
I
just
think
roll
I
that.
think that though what you actually did was
That does
probably more
seem right.
spin doctor, because you were saying like what you think you're seeing, which is a dead body, is not actually a dead body, right? That's kind of the tack you took, right?
And what you think that is important with caring about Chew versus caring about what's popular,
Yeah.
trying
Yeah, so
to-
we'll do that as spin doctor. So go ahead and roll that. The 9.
Fuck.
So another failure.
If that was law lore, that would have been a success.
Wait. I do want to ask as well. Is it any time that we roll, we also have to roll the 6 for Bev?
Yeah, but all of you have been rolling
'cause
over
mine was a
6s,
7. Okay.
and so we couldn't even trigger Bev doing
Okay.
something. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll. Oh my god, that is
Should she roll another one?
on Bev. Which
That's
is
cool.
Do we all have
That's
one
cool.
adrenaline then, or
no, just Ken has one adrenaline. This is Bev's. And we're gonna go
I don't
ahead.
take
Bev,
anything. Okay, sorry.
don't pay any attention to her. She's old. Bad news. And then I would like to initiate the drop kick whenever we're ready.
Okay, we still have to Pam is going to let me. I will let you do that. I just need to resolve the failure,
Yeah.
Rachel's failure, and then we'll move to the drop kick. So Pam has smacked Ken out of the air, who falls and injures himself, and then turns to Dan and says, "I know what I saw." And guards, like yells for the guards. So we are going to go ahead and advance also the arrested. If it ever rolls. Oh, that's a 2. We've managed to get hang on, let me get this on here. So the arrested counter is up to 2. And yes, so Pam has yelled for the guards. And now yeah, Itchy Jim, you've got you'll have to kind of drop the dead body or like leave it on the ground. The arm is still
I
hanging
thought
out.
the body was already on the ground with the hand
Yeah.
sticking out that
Well,
I
so
was
like
tying
you were
closed.
holding it, you fell. So you would just be and then stand up. So that's totally fine. So the body is on the ground. And you can go ahead, roll that D12. We're looking for an 8 or lower for a success. That's a 10. Pam is
Oh.
I think we actually did
Fucking
invoke the final
Pam.
Pam. Like I think this
Mhm,
is her. I
mhm.
think
Pam's
we did-
about to TKO.
Okay, so you go to drop kick Pam. Pam is a trained martial artist and sidesteps this drop kick and instead like smacks you again with just like using a lot of these like open-handed like kind of moves, and you go flying into there's like a storefront right here. It's boarded up and closed. Like it's there's not like witnesses sitting right in there being like, what? And you fly into it and kind of smash your face into it. We're gonna go ahead and give you a point of
Adrenaline.
adrenaline. Yes.
Oh, jeez.
When she calls for the guards and all this is happening, can I try to like stand in between everybody and the guards that are walking up if guards are walking?
Yes, we're going to also. Bev is getting more and more freaked. This is now turning into a full-on fight. The body is out in the open. This is, like there's an arm flapping out of the thing. The tarp still that hasn't been dealt with. So Bev is definitely getting more freaked. And we're gonna put freaked up to what is that?
All right, so we've just got to succeed on these next rolls,
Yeah,
guys.
you really gotta. Okay, I think Rachel might be frozen again. I'm very sorry to say.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, Rachel, you're frozen for us.
gone.
Now.
Yeah,
Hello.
we can hear you. We can see you.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, that's the quick fix.
Every time.
Yeah, so
Jesus.
Pam has yelled for the guards and has smashed Itchy Jim into the wall. And Ken is still laying kind of hurt. So you would like to try to position yourself between wherever approaching guards are. So you currently don't see any guards approaching, but you know that she's
Okay.
been yelling for them, and she has the opportunity to yell again here.
Right. So I'm gonna stop her then. I'm gonna try and be like,
Okay.
Pam. All right. So I don't know why we're getting off on this foot. I feel like we didn't end bad, so I don't know why we're meeting again poorly. Why don't we just go our separate ways? You like Callisto, Brox. We still love Chew. Why does it matter? Why don't you just let us go?
It matters because Chew is it's just you're obviously not in love with art the way I'm in love with art. If you still think that following Chew, who fired me and hired this bitch, and points at Bev, look at her. Chew thinks she's the queen of excess. She can't even hire an excessive manager. And saying this, Pam has these filed nails that stick out 3 inches and are painted blood red. She's got this makeup on her face. She is very excessive. And in ways that Bev is just very meek and well put together and very, wears a lot of tan and beige.
Pam, I have a proposition for you. you think that chew isn't enough high art for you, which is fine. Art is subjective, that's your opinion. What if we let you in on a few things and maybe you could give us a few pointers and tips for our next show and then we could pass them on to Chew. Then you could maybe still try to get your high art in with her and we could maybe stop arguing so much. We got a pretty cool thing planned. I think that your input could be real useful.
Bev is like,
I like what you've done with sales.
are we supposed to be just telling people?
Bev?
Okay.
Itchy Jim's just grumbling.
Okay.
Listen, I know she's boring and plain, but she's real good at managering. So I think that it'd be great if maybe you wanted to give us some pointers. Tell us some things you think that would be great for Chew to do, and we could put them in. We could put your name on it. We could say inspired by Pam.
Go ahead and roll spin doctor, I guess, on this. You can get your spin doctor benefit. What's
I rolled a 6. Spin doctor is 7.
spin doctor is 7. Okay, so this is a
Yes.
success. Roll a d6 because you could actually it's a 2.
Thank God.
Okay. I'm also going to take one freaked off from Bev because she sees Pam calming down as you're talking, and Bev is recognizing that you're kind of you've got something going here with Pam, right? Pam seems to be interested or listening, and Pam is like, okay, first of all, that dead body, you need to dress it up, okay? It can't just be in like normal
Bev,
clothes.
take notes.
I was like, all right, I guess if you and as so Pam just starts talking, right? You are still standing still here, and the fact that guards were called earlier and the body is still just kind of out in the open.
Hey, while she's talking, can I just like start shoving the hand in and just be like, yeah, that sounds like a real good idea as I like retie the rope and
Yes, you can. Go ahead, and you can. Yeah, I think that's not. You've already kind of figured out how to package this. So I'm gonna go so I advanced the arrested condition a little bit because you are kind of like sitting ducks right now. However, the body is now hidden again, and like you don't have to roll for that again because that's just a nice you've already succeeded at that. You know how to go about kind of packaging this up. And Pam, as Pam's talking, like Pam's starting to kind of like cool off a little bit. And she's and like as you see like Bev like taking really studious notes, Pam is like, well, and like keeps going, and Bev's like, why don't we walk and talk? I can take notes while we walk. And like nods at Ken, like, please move us on. This spot is, yeah.
How close are we to the actual? We're one layer above,
Mhm.
right?
We're
Yeah.
B5, but we were going to B6
Yeah.
or something.
Okay.
yeah,
So
let's head out.
so you start moving on. Pam is Pam, as she kind of follows you to this stage, or to the setting, you eventually get there, and Pam sees like what's happening here, and you all notice like Pam kind of take notice of like where you're at. She kind of notices the address, like takes note of all of this, and she kind of pats Bev like a real hearty slap on the back, and is like, well, this has been an interesting afternoon. I think I have some business to attend to. Do try to, I don't know, not get the guards called on you again. And she's gonna turn
Well, it
and-
would have been real easy to do that if you hadn't done it.
well, maybe if you hadn't been total assholes from the get-go. Anyway,
I'm
bye.
gonna pass her a flyer for
Okay.
the concert.
She
Be
takes
like,
it
here you
and
go.
looks at it, and she kind of
Next
like,
Thursday. Be
is the body going to still be fresh next Thursday? All right. And Pam's going
Okay,
to.
as she walks away,
Mhm.
have a great day, Pam.
And she leaves. Okay. I think that does it for scene 1. I think you guys successfully
Ooh.
transported this body.
Oh
You got
Oh my god.
despite some
We got
crazy
so high up
failures.
there.
we got freaking schooled by Pam.
Man, everything was just like Pam fucking owns you in words,
She was the final Pam.
in
She was
strength,
the
in
final Pam.
dexterity. Yeah,
Okay.
metal husband.
Metal
Pam is what
husband.
all Karens aspire to
Metal
be.
husband.
All right. Great. So, the second thing on the itinerary is now that you're at the stage,
I'm sitting.
it is to set up get everything set up and get the chandelier hung in the, you know, here. She was very proud of you. She says so in chat. Okay. I have a question. We can do a break now if people would like to take a break, manage their fluids, things. Okay, let's take a break. We're gonna take a quick break. We will take about 10 minutes. So we'll be back at 8 o'clock Mountain Time, 10 o'clock Eastern Time. And we will carry on with finding out more about how the setup of the concert goes. So, see you in 10 minutes. Thanks for hanging out with us. We will be right back. Hello, everybody. We're back. We're gonna jump into our second scene in just a second. So hi. Hope everyone had a nice little refreshing break. Um, yep. Okay. Well, let's do it, crew. We've got 2 more things on Bev's itinerary for you to get through. The first one being that you need to set up this stage area and the chandelier. So what we have to decide before this begins is which 2 Bev tracks are going to be at play in this scene. So we can take arrested and freaked down. Oops, I pushed the wrong buttons. That's not what I wanted. I want this. Okay, so still not working. That's the case. Okay, got it. I did it. Okay, and what tracks do we want relevant? I'm going to say that one of the relevant Bev tracks for this is going to be Dead. And what should the other one be?
I again think freaked or quit, but I don't know. I think maybe do we want to save quit for the last one?
Well,
We don't want to
the
give.
last one's going to have to
She
get
can't.
overlap anyway, so.
Okay. Yeah, I would say freaked again. So
That's true.
here's so the end result of this is that she dies, but she could technically die. Like, sorry, the end. If we reach 8 in Dead, she's dead. But couldn't she die at any point before then?
So yes, I think that taking damage or as conditions become less and less safe over time, right, leading to like more potential for death, like it would be the advancement. And then 8
Okay.
would be the kind of trigger point of a fallout like kind of scenario happening.
Okay. Cool. Are we in agreement with freaked?
Yep, works for me.
Okay, freaked and dead. Okay, so you are near Boundary Fire 6, which, by the way, in Spire lore, I'm pretty sure that there is not a 6th Boundary Fire, so we're just making this place up entirely. I said that and I was like, oh, well, we're running with it. Yeah, you're near Boundary Fire 6. You're at the location. Keep in mind, anywhere that has like a large enough space in Perch for there to actually be like a concert is a space that is going to be close to the gutter, close to to the actual side of Spire, because it can be stable. It's a little more stable like that. So the things that you're going to need to that Bev kind of has on her checklist of things to like worry about for setting this up is one, just like logistics of how do we attach a chandelier for the performance, right? That's stable enough and that to work for what Chu wants. And 2, how do we make sure that this is kind of as safe as possible given the circumstances, which is that you are setting up a heavy, big space, heavy like stage, right? With a lot of equipment and pyrotechnics and who knows what else, in a big space that is not conducive to Perch is not conducive to those things, right? The more that you kind of lean into like big, heavy, large space, whatever, the more likely things are to just fall off the side of Perch and people fall to their deaths, right? So these are the kinds of things that Bev kind of has on her agenda for like what to do with the setting up of the stage and the chandeliers to kind of like manage those things. Yeah, so yeah, we'll start with kind of you walk into the space and Bev kind of starts surveying it with her notes and everything. And she gestures to the dead body and she says, maybe we could, put that away somewhere for now so that in case, somebody who might actually call the guards on us comes by or, that kind of thing, they won't see it.
So is this just like a big open space basically near the fire?
Yeah, it's kind of an indoors, almost like a warehouse style.
Oh, it
Not
is indoor.
not yeah, it's indoors. It's not as big as
Okay.
like a what you and I would think of as a warehouse because again, Perch doesn't really have space for that. But it would certainly be like a place where you could set up like a large stage, like a backstage area, a main area, and it has a roof or a ceiling.
Do we have like wood, or is it kind of already like? Is there anyone else here? Or is it just us?
There's nobody else here, but there has been the chandelier has been dropped off for you. So like this and like some of the stage equipment and everything is already in place. Like a bunch of stuff like this is clearly like meant to be prepped for a concert at this point. And
Mhm.
so there are there was stuff put up here. Some of the things like the stage is kind of in half built kind of positioning with like the backstage area more complete than like the stage itself in the front stage area. And Bev is
Um,
kind of taking stock of all of this, and she's like, "Okay, it looks like the dressing room and all of that in the backstage area is pretty complete." So she's just kind of going about and like taking those notes.
so, Bev, I completely agree. Let's go ahead and put this body someplace where it won't be in the way. But secondly, uh, do we have a budget?
What did you need to spend money on? A lot of what we are spending the budget on is already kind of here, so
Yes, but as far as the chandelier goes, um, seems to me the most logical way to do this would be with like a crane.
um so Inspire. Yeah, cranes, like, I mean, like you might be able to like rig up some kind of pulley system or something like that. There is technology Inspire, like there's you could certainly like try to get, like there are retro engineers and things. So you could like try to enlist someone's help in like rigging something up like that. Which would be good. It just would take some time and effort to like find those people. But a crane itself, like that's not something Perch really has the capacity to hold or use. Um, can't transport heavy machinery around Perch.
Hmm. There goes
Ev,
that
do
idea.
my eyes deceive me? Is there a hook on the ceiling?
Sarah's like, is there a hook on the ceiling? Bev looks up and kind of squints and is like, um, maybe what you meant, Ken, was, and she goes and she rummages by the chandelier. You were going to install this hook on the ceiling?
Oh, yes, definitely what I meant. And I take it.
Okay.
So we have a hook.
Now all we need is a verse.
Uh,
We'll leave that to Chew.
Always do.
Okay, so I'm just holding it. This is great. I can't wait to hang it up. Any ideas?
I have
How high's the ceiling?
let's see. It would be probably about we'll say 10 to 11 feet. It's kind of a tall ceiling, but not super tall. It's got to be low enough that the chandelier with a body can like kind of swing and people can claw at it.
so Ken just stands on Itchy Jim's shoulders.
And does some extreme pole vaulting.
I was
Elise?
gonna ask, is there any stick around that I could pole vault?
Yeah, I have a thing called eye for detail. Is that still just a talky
Hmm.
thing, or can I
Oh.
like look around and find shit like
Sure.
that I could like
Yeah. Let's do
I
it.
want to see if I can find like a ladder or some kind of stabilizing thing for like somebody to be able to
Even better.
climb or something like that.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Go ahead and roll that d12.
okay, my eye for detail is 6.
Oh,
That's
that's
a
a
7.
7. Okay. All right. We're gonna do this, and we're gonna say, you don't find what you're looking for, but instead find the next best thing. And it is a um, it's like a rope situation, um, that is hanging from the ceiling already. So it is secure up there. It's kind of far off the center from where you'd want to hang the chandelier. So if if for example Ken were to climb the rope, there would be other shenanigans that would have to ensue
I'm
for
sorry, Kenanigans?
shenanigans. There would have to be some shenanigans to get even some denanigans to successfully get Dan or Ken in place. But you know, there's means to climb up there. It's just not stable or secure like you were looking for.
Also, when I roll now, I add my adrenaline to the roll,
Yes, you
right?
do. Hmm.
Okay. So my
Mhm.
extreme sports is 5. Okay. Maybe I could, if I could get like, maybe I'm thinking like Donkey Kong, honestly, like Donkey Kong Country, like the ropes where you like
Just rope swinging.
so
Yeah.
Or like
maybe
Ninja
like if
Warrior.
I get
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, like if I get like halfway up and kind of start, or no, you could like one of you could like grab it and pull so that I can kind of like swing up to like, let's say I'll like, it's got like a point on the end, the hook, so I have to like shove it up in there. For some reason,
Boys.
it works. That's going to be very secure.
Okay, okay. By Ken magic, it's gonna work. Okay. Yeah, so Ken, you can kind of climb this rope, and then is Itchy Jim gonna be the one to kind of swing you around, try to get you up there?
You bet he is.
Okay.
His
Um,
hands are weapons. So.
All right, Itchy Jim, go ahead. I think Ken can climb the rope without a roll, but the successful hooking of the, or like securing of the hook will take a roll. So first, let's have Itchy Jim roll.
He's gonna dab the rope so hard that it pulls it. Let's see.
And see how well you can kind of get this going. I guess.
And this is going to be at difficulty 1. So I have to roll a 7 or lower.
Yeah, we'll call this weapon. That's fine. That's a 7.
Hey!
Dead on.
Nice.
Very good. Yeah. So you swing this thing as hard as you can. You do it at just
Wasn't as hard as I could. It was just the right amount.
touche. Yeah, and Ken holding on. Oh God. And yeah, you get this swing going. Ken kind of like rocks, with it to kind of get the swing to the like where you need. Ken, you now have the arc correct of the rope on this swing. So we're gonna need an extreme sports roll to see if you can attach this hook to the ceiling while swinging on a rope.
You have to yell parkour while you do it.
I think
Okay.
that it's without a doubt this is extremely unsafe working conditions, and Bev is getting freaked just watching this
Just
happen.
Just watching it.
That's
Watching it.
that's a 3
Oh,
on
shit. This freaks her out more than anything else.
yeah. Where did the why is
She
that
had a bad fall in her childhood, and
why is
it's
that not
triggering.
visible? Let me. It should be. Oh, now it is. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I've had a bad fall in her childhood. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, so she's at 3 freaked watching this occur. Go ahead and get that roll at D12. And what do you have to get? A 4? Because it's extreme sports, but you're at adrenaline 1.
Yes.
Okay, so we need a
Yes.
4.
And I'm just gonna do a little, like, amp it up. I'm gonna do a small role play and then roll the die.
Okay.
So, um, we'll say, so like, Ken is swinging, and he's just so confident, and he's like, this reminds me of when I was a child hanging up the swing in the backyard of Perch. I know I can do this. He goes and he's reaching. That's a 5.
It's a 5, which would have been a success. The thing is, Ken, you can do it. You can do it. But as you reach, the injury you took trying to help your group against Pam twinges, and that hook misses. Go ahead and roll a d6 also for because if you roll a 5, then Pam or Bev is going to do something. That's a 6.
Oh, thank
Okay.
God.
Very close. Yeah, and you miss. You as you're swinging up there, the your injury kind of twinges. You drop the hook and slide down off the rope. And as you do this,
Don't worry, I catch you.
the fall, even as Itchy Jim catches you, the fall is enough to kind of shake this building, keeping in mind you're in perch in a very precarious place. And you can feel kind of like that too many more of these kinds of like really hard impacts like that is going to like the stability of this building is in question. And a lot of like tough impacts or like, slamming into the walls or the ground could result in like holes falling or edges of the building collapsing, things like that. So we're going to go ahead and mark 1 on dead, because that is one of the ways that Bev could die is this building collapses. Okay.
Well, that didn't work.
Good observation.
I was wondering why you still had that hook. That makes a lot of sense now.
Well, we got all these great brains in here. Does anyone else have any ideas? I've still got so much extreme sports in me. I could try another thing. I am just a little worried about Bev falling off the side of Spire, though.
Hey, I'm a little worried about that too, but let's be honest, Ken. I saw you twitch a little bit up there. I feel like maybe you got hurt or something in that fight with Pam.
Oh, be nice. That
You're gone. We lost Sarah. We're
We
just
lost you.
people getting lost all every minute here.
I don't know.
Just me.
Is there I'm guessing like there's nothing else that we could secure this hook to that would be in like an optimal place that perhaps wouldn't be as precarious and potentially damaging of the structural integrity of the building.
Um, what kind of thing would you be looking for?
Well, I mean, like, what all are the god ropes attached to? Slash, could we simply like knot the hook into a god rope, or attach the chandelier to a god rope?
God ropes are things that people carry in perch and use to like attach themselves into various like systems of like security for, to prevent you from falling and things. They're not typically meant to hold much heavier than does Sarah know that she's like frozen and
Internet cut out. Resetting
Okay.
will be back soon.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thanks. So God ropes themselves may not be the solution. However, you do know that like the rope that's hanging from the ceiling, for example, there would probably be other things kind of like that. And beyond the roof structure of this building, above that would be something that's more stable, stably like kind of connected. Yeah, I have to like lean into my frame here. Like connected into like the gutter or the side of Spire itself. And so if you were able to say get above the building, you might be able to get something through the ceiling that would be firm and attached to something more permanent.
Yeah. So it seems like maybe going at this from the inside might not be best course of action. So maybe we should step on out and try
Is
to
there?
find a
Oh,
way.
yeah.
Try to find a way in from out. If you get my drift.
Sarah said she wants to take a knee and patch her wounds if she can.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll say
During this.
yeah, that Ken and Dan, or sorry, you're not Ken. You just moved to where Sarah's thing is. Itchy Jim and Dan
Oh.
will handle trying to do this while Sarah gets her internet back up and Ken takes a knee to remove adrenaline. So I
Can
can
I
go.
go outside and look and help with my eye for detail to see if I can find a
Yeah.
good way for Itchy Jim to
Mhm.
get up there and
Yeah,
do
definitely.
his thing?
Yep. So yeah, y'all go outside. And Bev kind of follows behind you.
Oh,
That
Jesus Christ.
hey, it
That's an
wasn't a
11.
12 because a 12 would have been a critical failure.
Why am I rolling so high?
Here's what we're gonna do with this. With your eye for detail, you usually apply your eye to detail on like legal matters and permits and like words and books and things. So you now applying it to the structural, structure of a building, um, sure do find a great path up the side of the building for Itchy Jim. And as Jim, starts to kind of like, oh, okay, like starts the climbing, just it starts to shred apart under him. And this like it's like you did not find a nice stable path at all. You found something quite opposite of that. And as this kind of happens, one of the beams that is connected into the gutter it kind of comes loose. We're gonna go ahead and roll a d3.
Whoa, this itch is about to get scratched in not the right kind of way.
That's just a 1. So once again, we're advancing dead. Oh gosh, this is the way I need to get rid of it. We're advancing dead up to 2 as you as you decrease the stability of the building. And you still need to find a path up.
I'm more of a paperwork kind of guy and a talking kind of guy. I guess I'm not really good. I'm trying to help, but I'm doing a real piss poor job of it. Sorry, Jim.
Is there any kind of mechanic that like would allow us to, I don't know, like roll with advantage or something similar, or is it all just like these are the things you have? That's it.
There's not built into the system anything like that. So no.
Cool.
If there was something that like that y'all were like working really hard on together or something, like really specifically, like
We are.
yeah, you're doing a great job playing
We're
up to your
working
strengths. You're
really
just
hard.
rolling 11s. But yeah, I mean, like if there was something that like both of you were doing, like we're, then maybe I would do something like that. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Is there anything you're good at, Itchy Jim? You can find something? I mean, I know
So
you're
you're
good
good
at a
at-
lot of things.
I mean, I'm good at protecting people. I'm good at getting people out of sticky situations. I'm good at
I feel sticky.
protecting people. Wait, I already said that.
Hmm.
I,
What about Ken? He's good at finding things. Could he find something?
I
Here?
wanted to ask, am I outside with you or am I in the building still?
you were in the building doing your like take a knee to remove that adrenaline.
Mhm.
I'd say like at this point, like the attempt to do all of that, we can say like now you've emerged and are back with the group.
I'm gonna
Okay, I was gonna ask, did Itchy Jim did you get another adrenaline or no?
No.
No,
Okay.
what
I
Bev got a dead.
Oh, okay.
Bev
So
got a
I'll say
dead.
that I heard I'll say that I heard Jim fall off the building and came out. What was that noise, guys?
I'm real bad at finding ways up. Do you think that Jim had the brilliant idea of going in from the top from outside, but then I was going to try and help him to get up there, and I had the not so brilliant plan of almost falling off the building. So
we
maybe
couldn't find a way up.
you're
Granted,
good at finding ways to things.
So we
Okay.
tried inside, we tried outside. Maybe we should try through.
All right,
And I have
Dora.
no idea what that means. Like I say that, and I just I'm just saying it, like, because I'm just so positive. Are
Bev
there
is
windows? Can we throw it? Let's just throw it on up there. See what happens.
Well, then we have to stick it through. I mean, through is a thing we need to do, but we got to go through the ceiling. It's gonna keep doing this.
maybe
Just
maybe we could like see if someone around here has like a ladder or something that we could borrow.
Oh, that's a great idea, Bev.
Thanks.
You're so smart.
I'd love to use my local knowledge to direct you toward the nearby gardening supply store for all these beautiful gardens in Perch with all those small plants. We specialize in small plants here in Perch. We love them.
and
But we keep them up high.
There you go. I was gonna say, and
I
that
might
gives
have
you.
a ladder.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Then let's go ahead and. Do you need to roll for this? I don't. The way you phrase it is
Yeah,
so
I
like
have local
convincing.
knowledge.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. Go ahead and roll local knowledge. Let's see. Let's see where that door is. 2. That's a success. Go
Okay,
ahead and roll a
yay.
d6
Good.
as well. If it's a 2, then
Please,
Bev.
Bev, don't mess us up.
That's a 1, so Bev does not do something
Okay,
unpredictable.
great.
All right, and yeah, you as you kind of like point this out, I think Bev like feels a little calmer as her your plan for action is kind of like aligned with her idea, and it's just very okay. Like now she thinks maybe we have something to do. So she kind of takes off with you all towards this local gardening store, where for your little succulents that you have to keep way up high, they might have a ladder. And yeah, you find the store pretty easily, and you duck inside. You happen to know the shopkeeper. I'm gonna run out of what's a good 3-letter name. I just gotta keep the
Tim.
spirit. Tim. Tim, the shopkeeper, is sitting in there, and is like looks up and is like, "Oh, Ken, my dude, have you played any ultimate frisbee off the side while hanging on your god rope?" That's the whole name of the sport, by the way. Ultimate frisbee while hanging off the side with your god rope. Lately, because my man, that's some sick stuff, isn't it?
Oh, you know it, Tim. I'm so excited you brought that up. I'd love to talk about it at length. But maybe not right now.
Okay, man.
Do you have a ladder?
What?
Do you have a ladder?
Oh, yeah. I got ladders. And he takes you to the back of the store. There's a selection of ladders of various heights and types back here. And yeah, can get you a ladder.
Hey there. It also might be useful if we had like a. Well, hold on. What is the ceiling made of?
Wood.
Wood. We also might want like a saw.
Well, I'm a gardening store. I don't know that saws. Let me see. You know what? I might have one in the back that you could borrow if you promise to be real good, because the small god that lives in that saw is like my best friend. Remember, everything
You
in
got
Birch
it.
has small gods that live in them. Yeah, so Tim goes in the back to find it. You guys can select a ladder. Most of these are not like super tall ladders, because again, Birch. But you can kind of get the tallest one. Bev has a small budget that she can spend on this. And as Tim comes back, he hands you the saw, hands it to Ken, I think, who he knows personally. And as he does, he kind of gives it a little bow, and he says, "Now, Ken, you take good care of that saw. That's my best friend."
Oh, I know it. I'll take the best care, bring it right back.
All right. Yeah, so you guys can walk back on over, set up your ladder. The ladder gets you most of the way. I think that Ken or Itchy Jim, as both kind of athletic people, would have no problem getting up the ladder and then onto the roof with just a little jump. So, um, who's going up?
Well, on the way back, I just want to
Yeah.
tell Bev something. Bev, I have to be honest. If this right here works out, this little idea of yours, if it works out, the ladder,
Hmm.
I might just owe you an apology because, at first I was like, well, maybe maybe didn't think things totally through when she didn't choose me. But, if this works out, maybe there's something to it. Maybe.
Yes, my understanding is that Miss Queen of Excess is very, very astute. And you seem like you will be a great dabbing shark, which is exactly, and she consults her notes to make sure she got that right. Yes, dabbing shark, which is exactly what I think Miss Queen of Excess needs for tomorrow. And meanwhile, I've got this
She
part.
absolutely needs me.
Yep, you're doing great, Itchy Jim. Look at the practice, the dress rehearsal going well. Um, all right, and y'all are back at the warehouse. Who's going up on the roof?
I think I'll do it, and then I can use. I mean, I think extreme sports is only 5, so like it's regular anyway. Like oh no, well, I don't have the adrenaline anymore,
Yeah, so
so
you do get.
it's still a 5.
Okay.
Um. Oh gosh. Okay.
Um, if we could make the case that this is a strength-based thing because of, climbing and using arms and sawing through to, actually make the thing. My strength is 8.
Yeah. Well,
I
the
was gonna say
definitely
you could treat it like a
the saw is a weapon,
yeah. So
right?
maybe you.
A
So you
saw
could,
a saw
Yeah.
yeah.
could be weapon,
This
yeah.
this weapon is also a weapon. So, yeah, you could definitely do that. Okay, yeah. So, Itchy Jim, but
I think that sounds
it'll
better.
be a 7 because you do still have an
Yeah.
adrenaline. But yeah, you can climb on up. You get to the roof. As you're kind of like climbing across the roof, you can feel, again, this is not a super stable building, but you kind of make it to where you think the right spot is. Go ahead and roll for that weapon in your hand, which is the saw. That's a 10, which is a failure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you start sawing, and again, what you're trying to do is from the top of a building gauge roughly where you think a good spot to saw through the ceiling is, not being an engineer or an architect yourself. And as you start to saw, you feel the like a structural beam that you are sawing through. You're just going, man. You got the strength, but you do manage to saw through a beam that is kind of important for the structural integrity of the building. So we're going to advance. I think both Freaked and Dead are going to advance by 2 here. Um, as
Guys, might have saw something I shouldn't have.
uh,
Well, don't feel bad, Itchy Jim. You did your best.
Thank you
maybe
for that,
do
Cam.
I give a hug.
Okay, so you're up there too, and Bev's at the bottom, just like, okay,
Yes.
ooh, okay, I'm just gonna, okay, I'm gonna stand over here and tie my god rope into something. Okay, um,
All
well,
right, Bev, don't worry about it. We got it. This next time we'll get that hook in for sure.
well, I'd say we already have a hole in the ceiling, so we might as well use it.
And it's attached to a support beam.
Not one that's stable.
I didn't say that.
True, true. Okay. Yes, okay. She goes inside real quick and grabs the hook. And she is not going to climb that ladder to give it to you, so someone's going to have to come down and get it. Um, but whoever does, she kind of hands it up. And keep in mind, your goal here is to affix the hook through the ceiling, attached in some way to like the more stable gutter or the side of Spire, which is above where you're at, but reachable.
Does this still seem like something I should do? I mean, my arms are pretty strong, but apparently I let little loose too much on that last one. But this seems like a strength-based thing, yes?
What are Ken's other abilities too? Just so we
The
know
highest I have
everything.
is 7, and that's local knowledge. Rachel, what your highest one is 9 for law lore. Is there any
Yeah.
way that we could try to figure out a way? Maybe you could like hire someone who has like really good permits.
Or I've read through a lot of permits, and I know the exact correct place to put these kinds of things because I've put in all the work and time to know all the permits of Perch, because Perch is a weird place to build, right? And so I've done so much reading and so much
Mhm.
research that I'm actually real strong at knowing exactly where this needs to go in.
You know what? Go for it. Let's see what you learned from studying extensively on the permits of
Yes.
Perch.
A
That is
3!
a 3. Yay! You do have to roll a d6 on this one to see if Bev
Shit.
does something unpredictable. That's a
Nope, it's
1.
a 1.
You're safe. Um, okay.
Every time.
Mhm. Yeah. So yeah, you get the you manage from I think from the ground, like shouting up, you're like, okay, according to what I read, you need to make sure, and like you're just like going through like step by step. And between Jim and Ken, you are a well-oiled machine. And by
yeah.
following Dan's instructions to the letter, you manage to affix using rope that your god rope, whatever you kind of have on you, the hook through the ceiling, supported by the gutter, which is actually pretty much the most stable thing that you could have attached it to. So the building itself is not very stable, but the chandelier sure is not going to fall. And
Woo!
yes, so now you have the hook successfully attached to this through the ceiling. Not to the ceiling, but through the ceiling. Got to get the chandelier on
We
it.
did it. Oh, but we have a ladder now.
You do have a ladder now.
So let's take this ladder inside, and then maybe either the strong man Itchy Jim can hold the ladder, and Ken can use his sports knowledge to hang it,
Feels like
and
a
I can cheer from the bottom.
how many Queen of Excess fans does it take to screw in a light bulb joke?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you go inside, you take the ladder in.
Yeah. So this chandelier's got to be able to raise and lower and swing. So we're gonna need like a lot of. I guess are we gonna be using guard rope to connect this to the hook?
There's
God rope is the best hook.
There's also like some like chains and things that are attached to the chandelier itself that you could use as well.
Okay. So like as long as we
Um,
get it up there, it's already kind of prepared for
Yes, for
its
being
job.
hung. Yes.
and so there's like gonna be like some crank to raise it and lower it, I guess.
Yeah, so I don't know, like, is the chandelier gonna raise or lower, or is like the body gonna swing from the chandelier as the chandelier swings?
The chandelier is going to raise and
Raise and
lower.
lower.
It's going to
Okay.
start really high and then come down to audience level.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then, for the sake of moving things along, we'll say that like the engineers were hired in advance to this to kind of set up like the crank system. And
They
so
couldn't do
they
the
couldn't
hook
hang it.
too.
Nope.
Okay.
That's not their job. They designed the cool like pulley system, but they're not gonna, risk their lives and limbs to hang hang a chandelier.
It's perfect.
Ava said there's going to be one tiny intern raising and lowering the whole chandelier.
I love it.
All right, let's hang this rope and let's get this party.
So can this be like a roll
Start.
with it? Sorry, I didn't know it was a thing. I didn't mean to talk over it. Can this be a roll with advantage for somebody since they're doing it together, or would this be like a?
So one person can go up the ladder, and I'll say this: whoever wants to hang the chandelier, because it is attached to like this crank system that the engineers have, like you have to get that crank mechanism secured in such a way that it will successfully raise and lower. So there's more to it than just like brute strength. Can you hang it? There's also going to be like, have you worked out can you kind of follow the instructions IKEA style to kind of get this to work?
I can give instructions IKEA style.
Okay.
I could use extreme sports, I guess.
Yeah. Get up there.
And I can use these weapons.
So what if Itchy Jim holds the ladder for stability and you're giving instructions? Can that be like a +2?
Well, like a minus.
minus
You would
2?
want like a minus.
Yeah. Like I mean, like my resistance essentially would be 7 instead of 5.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So helpful.
Yeah. Let's go for it. You can tap 7 on this. I love that this is an extreme sports roll to hang a chandelier.
Right.
Well, it's gonna be extreme.
It's while balancing on a ladder, right?
Yeah, well, balancing on a
Exactly.
ladder. Yeah,
Exactly.
for sure. All right.
Extreme chandelier.
It's like trapeze.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, team. We're gonna work together. We're gonna get this up there. Reminds me of my plate spinning days of my youth. And I'm climbing up with one arm, and the other arm I'm like spinning the chandelier, so it's like very extreme sports. Okay.
All right, so insert slot A into compartment B. Make sure that you take the Ebel's Clivens and put it inside of the shape that's like.
Man,
Okay.
that Ken sure did have an interesting childhood.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, mine was just
I'm rolling.
scratching itches.
No.
That's a critical failure.
Critical failure 12. So here we go, guys. Tell me what happens.
Okay. Just imagine
Dead.
the scene. Itchy Jim is holding the ladder. Dan is reading IKEA instructions. Ken is like balancing on one foot, doing this whole thing. The first thing is we're gonna just go ahead and mark 2 more on freaked, because this whole business is just so much. It's very excessive. You are demonstrating to Bev exactly what she's getting herself into, and she is freaking out. So we're gonna go ahead and move her freaked counter up to 6. And then you get up there, and Itchy Jim is talking. You're showing off. Bev is, oh God, freaking out a little bit, and you hear, insert the Majamasha into slot A, and you think that Dan maybe said the wrong thing, because you're up here and you're looking at it and it doesn't look like those things are going to fit in slot A. So you take it onto yourself to fit it into slot B. And as you do this, that support beam that is sawed through on the building, because you attach it wrong, the whole thing like flame like starts, and you like hold on to it to like prevent yourself from falling and taking damage. And this whole thing, like the whole support beam just snaps. It is officially like starting to cave in. And we're going to go ahead and advance dead by, I think I just like I'm not going to roll for this because I feel like this is just like a straight up like the building is going to collapse if like one more thing happens to it.
Oh no!
And so dead is now up to 7.
But I don't want Bev to die.
We don't want Bev to die. And the chandelier is not. I can't believe this is like Pam fucking owned you guys, and now the chandelier.
Well, Pam was chill. We could schmooze her.
Yeah, you
This
can talk
thing.
to Pam. The chandelier is just too much. And
I
Bev,
don't think you did slot A. I think that
Bev is just like, oh my god, oh my god. I think maybe we need to not do the chandelier. Maybe we just don't do the chandelier. Maybe Miss Queen of Excess doesn't get what she wants this time.
No, I'm sorry there, Bev, but I am not gonna be the one to deny the Queen of Excess what she rightfully deserves. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Itch a gym out.
Okay, this is okay.
how do we fix it, Bev?
How do we fix it?
Yeah.
Well, this concert is happening like tomorrow. So the normal things that I would recommend, like having someone come and repair the support beams, or switching venues. Maybe we switch venues.
Oh, but we already got flyers.
We do already have flyers.
Can Ken find somebody real quick that he knows that could repair these support beams? And maybe even just put the chandelier up?
Also, I just want to
reminded me.
go ahead and say like that we're also taking adrenaline from this. Definitely
All of us.
Ken. For sure, because you were on the ladder as this happened. Okay. I don't know. I think that's fine. We've a lot of consequences
Wait,
have
we're
come
all
from this.
taking adrenaline?
No, I think just Ken.
Just Ken.
From the stress of being up on the ladder as all of this is happening.
Dan's right. I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner. I've
Yeah.
got another BFF in my ultimate frisbee hanging off the side of perch. League would be perfect for this job.
Okay, what's their
I
name?
I mean, call him up.
Yeah.
Your name is that's not 3 letters.
Sam.
There you go.
Damn. That's not going to be confusing at all. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and roll local knowledge.
Oh, please.
Sarah, you have to
Sam's
stop.
dead. My luck is opposite. I'm usually good at this. Would be good.
That's an 11
That's
for
high.
people watching.
This doesn't have anything to do with death yet.
Yeah, that's okay. So this doesn't have consequences on Bev being freaked or on the building falling or anything. But Ken, you go back to Tim to return the saw, and you ask about Sam, and Tim's face falls, and Tim tears up a little, chokes up. Oh, Ken, didn't you get the note? Didn't you get the letter? Didn't you see the newsletter? Sam didn't make it in the lab. Yeah. And you're going to go ahead and take another adrenaline as you realize your good friend Sam is dead.
Did he fall off while playing Ultimate Frisbee?
He fell off while playing Ultimate Frisbee off the side of while you're hanging off the side of perch or whatever the name of the sport is.
It's how he would have wanted to go.
Tim,
You're speaking for me right now. That's exactly what Ken's thinking.
Okay.
It's how he wanted to have gone, but this is terrible news. Needed him for the championship, but also this task, and also my heart.
oh my God.
Did
Y'all
take
are-
good care of your saw, though.
Tim takes it back and it's like, oh, dude, it looks even better than when I gave it to you. And takes it back and hangs it up in the storeroom again.
I go back to you guys and I tell you the bad news, and I don't know what we're gonna do. I'm usually got an answer to everything. I'm usually bubbly optimistic, but I have to admit, I'm getting a little concerned.
I'm sorry about your friend.
I'm devastated.
Um, Bev Bev is going to kind of look at the chandelier and say, what if, hear me out, what if we leave the chandelier, because we're not qualified to hang it, apparently. We go to Lorelei's concert, which is going to start soon, to drum up some excitement for the concert. And on our way, we look for and hire a general contractor who can hang this chandelier.
But
Sounds like a solid plan.
but wouldn't that take like time? And we don't really have much of that.
Well, maybe if we can pay enough money.
That sounds great. How much you got?
Well, we paid for the ladder. And she pulls out like her budget, a purse full of coins. Maybe enough to hire someone shady?
You really want Chew suspended in the air by someone who's
No.
shady.
She
That
won't
was
be
just my
suspended.
best idea.
Isn't it the body?
Well, the chandelier,
She-
but given how much damage we've done to this building, if that chandelier falls, I think
Yeah,
everyone.
I'm gonna say, as the lawyer here, I'm gonna say that maybe it's a good idea. Maybe let's go see the other concert, and then we can hire somebody else on the way back. I think that there's nothing wrong. I think Ken would agree with me here. There's nothing wrong with taking a break and looking at your options and regrouping. That's still success. It's not quitting. It's just planning.
I love
when
those
did Dan
words.
get a law degree? When Dan became a lawyer. It's Matt's comment.
Oh, I didn't see the chat. Sorry. But, like, yeah, Dan's been a lawyer the whole time. It's
Yeah,
true.
Matt hasn't been here the whole
It's just
time.
Chew's
Yeah.
biggest fan. Doesn't have anything to do with what he does during the day.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Bev is like, I guess if this is, oh, get fired. Let's go. I guess. Maybe Ken.
I mean, you won't get fired if we eventually do it.
Yeah, I guess that's true. It. Yeah. So you guys start heading out. I mean, you don't have to follow, just because I know as the GM, I'm also like have weird powers, but Bev is just like a bit freaked out and wants to leave maybe because she's scared.
Dan is ready to not just to recoup and take a break from this, because he's not super strong and other things, and he'd rather just have time and other smart people to figure things out.
This would start a new scene, right?
Yeah, yes. So I think so. I think that Yeah, especially given like it's a one shot and we have like a certain, we're kind of close to having not a lot of time. I think that like we can kind of wrap on that. Everyone's
And
caught.
those things
So
will reset and Bev won't die.
Bev won't die if you don't go back to the. Okay, everybody, good to move on. You could not conquer the chandelier. I'm sorry.
The hardest thing in
The
perch.
chandelier's still going to go up next
It
Thursday,
is.
by the way,
Oh yeah,
everyone.
the actual
Just because
concert.
we
Yeah,
Will be up,
failed.
not by
yeah.
us.
Bev 100% hired the right contractor to get the chandelier hung. Just, building's a little unstable. Okay,
Yeah, we just suck at it, but Bev's great.
that's great.
We looked at it, We just
You
looked
did the
at it.
best you could.
We put the hook in. We helped.
There you go. You did
We
the
did
most you
part
could,
of
and you
it.
left a ladder for the next person.
And
Oh
my
my
friend,
god.
my friend Sam is dead.
Oh my god. Okay. We're gonna have to do blitz round of Lorelai's concert. So you all, you on your way, you find and Bev hires, just cleans out the rest of the budget. We'll say that's the big consequence here. You have no money to spend at this last stage. But the third and final thing for the itinerary is to go to Lorelai's concert and drum up some hype at this kind of rival idol concert. I think that let's see, we have to take down the circles. The tracks that or the Bev track that I'm going to say is in play here. I mean, we've already kind of like named that we want Quit to be in play for this, so Quit will definitely be in play. Which other one should be in play?
Maybe, and like whatever you guys think is good. But I'm just offering, like maybe Arrested, since we're kind of like, at someone else's concert trying to get business for our concert. No, that's not exactly
Yeah, because
scalping, but like,
arrested could be like detained, right?
Yeah, like Lorelai's people, kind of like detaining or yeah, arresting you, like private security kind of. Okay. Quitting and arrested are the kind of fail conditions for this one for the last scene. Yes, so you arrive at Lorelai's concert. Bev has calmed down on the walk over, but is, in general just like realizing what she's gotten herself into a little more fully now than she did before. And as you kind of gather, Lorelai is a performer. She does sing. She also does like some kind of like other types of like performance art. It's very edgy. Lorelai is much more kind of Pam's style of excessive with like the kind of like vampire style of like, the dark and the gothic and the and there's a lot of like effects of like gore in her. I mean, Spire is kind of just like that, and so there's a lot of effects of like gore and stuff in her performances. And I think that among yourselves, you might kind of snidely think that some of it looks kind of fake, like Lorelai's, but like using fake blood. Wow, can't believe what a faux pas. And
So
but
trashy.
yeah, and so like there's kind of an opening number happening. Lorelai herself has not started performing yet, as people are kind of gathering in and in the area. And yeah, you are at Lorelai's concert.
what is the exact objective again? Like, I know the
Just
general is like,
drum up hype, get people, you want to kind of get influencers, people who are, like big on like party going and concert going to like get excited so that they'll bring friends to choose concert. This is kind of your main advertising scheme. Yeah, so you arrive and Bev kind of straightens out her very out of place little, tan button up with like a high frilly collar and her little very practical skirt and shoes, with her stack of flyers and her notebook. She's like, well, once more into the fray, my friends. Um, and kind of ushers you forward into Lorelai's concert hall.
And has so many wounds. I feel like if like I can't even do anything because I have so much adrenaline that like I'm going to fail like everything. So I think I would like to take another knee and like, maybe like so the concert already started, so I'd like to visit the medical tent at the concert. And that's gonna be like a double thing, right? So I'm gonna spend some time just healing up. Then, after whatever, you guys can do like a scene without me, and then
Okay. Yeah, so Ken ducks out for a minute to visit the medical tent, which I just love the idea of there being like a midwife here. Like like the spider, shit going on, just like you sit down and like start pouring out your soul about Sam, your dead frisbee friend, and um, processing some of that trauma and grief, because
absolutely.
that's what you can do in about 3 minutes of time with a medic at a concert. So
Each gym is going to do what he does best. He's going to go right into the middle of the crowd, start a mosh pit. Woo! Yeah.
okay. And how does this drum up hype? Are you is there
Because I'm going to get everyone there so beat up and razzle-tazzled that they're just going to want to come back for more. And after I've beaten the pulp out of everyone, I'm going to let them know where they really want to go.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll. These fists are weapons.
Please, please.
7, which with adrenaline 1 is exactly the max you could have rolled. So it's a success. Yeah. So you start a mosh pit, and as this mosh pit is kind of going, I think that this is kind of two different skills, and I think that Dan might be, if you can forgive my metaing here a little bit, the person on like the edge of this mosh pit, being like you like that, like the spin doctor side of things. If you all agree that this is
Just caught like on the edges, like, oh yeah, you like getting your face kicked in? Here, I got a flyer for you. Just like handing flyers to bloody hands.
yes, pretty much exactly that.
Come pick in some faces over at Choose.
I'm absolutely wearing my I Heart Chew shirt.
hmm
Yeah. So they all
Okay.
know.
All right. Yeah, so as this is kind of going down, I think the you are successfully drumming up hype. And you've done it in like this kind of very big, visible, even violent way. The one thing that I'll say like unfortunately that comes from this is also like you are drawing a little bit of like from some of Lorelai's like really hardcore fans, some kind of like glares as you're starting to kind of get noticed. So I'm going to go ahead and move the arrested. You're not arrested yet, but you are definitely getting some heat from kind of picking this, like, which is, it's fine. You're going to draw
It's
some
fine
heat no
because
matter
I'm
what.
applying some heat.
There you go. um, and Bev is kind of on the outside, like, wow, oh, that's good. Wow, maybe I'll just leave a stack of flyers at the bar. And she kind of goes over and sets some down. Um, okay, that's probably good. You know, um, yeah, and Ken, we can go ahead and take down one of your adrenalines. And you can rejoin the group now. So as this mosh pit, you kind of like get it started, throw some elbows, and then work your way to the side. Eventually detach yourself and rejoin at the bar with Ken and Dan and Bev. And Bev says, it would be actually, what if instead of trying to be like we're stealing the show from Lorelai, what if we managed to get Lorelai on our side in this? What if we managed to kind of, get her to do some of the hyping up? Um, like, I'm sure that Chew would do something in return for Lorelai if we can, make that promise.
Oh, that's asking a lot of Chew. Doing something in return for somebody? Whew.
I mean, she's a
Oh,
businesswoman first. I think she would.
I feel like she's an artist first. And don't forget that.
Hmm, an artist first. Maybe so. Maybe so.
I gotta say that between the three of us and our cohesive unit, I don't think diplomacy is really our strong suit.
Actually real
Um,
good at it. Talking's kind of my thing. I just did. Pam is a little bit Pam. And so, sorry, you can continue your
okay,
thought. I
yeah,
just wanted
yeah.
you to remember my strengths, Jim, that I'm good at talking to people.
I'm just concerned about how we're gonna, as her biggest fans, like the optics of the situation of us going up to Lorelai and being like, "Hey, you should do this thing for our person,"
Well, but as
without it,
your manager, I could perhaps approach her.
and that's what I was getting at.
Oh, apologize. I didn't see. I guess we see eye to eye. Hey, Itchy Jim, I have a question. And you notice that Bev has like two shot glasses behind her and they're gone. Why are you called Itchy Jim? Have you been itchy at all? I'm just curious if you're itchy or if that's just like a thing. Oh, should I not have asked? Maybe.
In
Oh,
the background, I'm just like,
oh.
Listen here, listen here. No, there's some things you can ask Itchy Jim.
Mhm.
The one thing you never ask him is how he got his name.
Oh,
Because when you do, you're about to have your itch scratched. Oh,
oh, oh. Is that a threat? Are you suggesting you might like, punch me or something? Is that okay? You know
no,
what?
no, no, no.
I'm gonna go see if I can find Lorelai's manager, and Beth starts to peel off. Um,
me to join you and use my Melton voice.
yeah, yeah, sure. Um, Bev continues towards the backstage. You're
I'll
going with
follow.
her? Okay. Are all three of you going? Okay. Yeah.
I'm going as muscle because that's what I do best.
Yes, that is what Itchy Jim does best. Yeah, so you get to the back, or you get towards the backstage, and the first thing that you kind of encounter is, a bouncer, very not too dissimilar to Itchy Jim, at the kind of backstage area, blocking the door, and he kind of looks Bev up and down, and then glances at the rest of you, makes clocks the I Heart Chew t-shirt, and kind of scowls, crosses his arms, and he's like, I'm sorry, without a backstage pass, I can't let you through.
I've just been rolling so bad.
I know, I'm like so nervous to say anything, to have to roll for it. And
Hello, sir. How are you today?
it's like
Uh,
Angus McDonald.
Yep. Hello, sirs. I'm
Hello, sir.
I'm just doing my job here. I don't need any trouble. Just please,
And neither
Lorelai's.
do we. Listen here. Have you heard of what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object?
Am I the object and you're the
Oh,
force?
hi. You've heard Chew, the Queen of Excess, right?
Yeah.
We
Yes.
have a business proposal that we'd like to speak with Lorelai's manager about it. We represent the Chew team, and we think we have a proposal that she might like to hear.
Um, you go ahead and roll. Spin Doctor. The 3, it's a success.
Good.
Yay!
um, yeah. So you successfully. Oh my god, I keep forgetting. Drives me nuts. Okay. Sorry, it's a roll 20 thing. I realize I'm talking about something that people on the stream can't. Yeah, and so he kind of looks you over, looks at Bev in her very business attire, and her little notepad, and he kind of rolls his eyes, and pulls the curtain aside and says, and calls, oh God, we need another 3-person letter name.
Axel. Axel.
Axel is a 4.
AXL. No, AXL.
AXL.
AXL. Fine. Okay.
Sarah was fucking ready with that
ready.
name.
So ready.
I
Yells
looked up
into the back,
3-word names.
Axel, get over here. And you see kind of approaching someone who is very much Bev's counterpart. This is I'd say like a non-binary person, they them pronouns. They've got their hair pretty short, and like in gray tones, where Bev is kind of browns and tans. They're kind of gray tones, very professional looking. They do have like a Lorelei like tattoo on the side of their face. Like she uses a lot of like red lightning imagery. And so they have like a red lightning bolt down the side of their face. But otherwise, like just, very normal looking person. And they approach you, and they have their own little notepad, kind of same hats, Bev a little bit. And it's like, and Axel approaches and says, "Hello, what's going on? Is there a problem? I'm kind of in the middle of putting on a whole so, um,
Are you guys friends? You look like you'd be friends.
no, hi, I'm the manager actually I'm Chu's like production manager, um, and Axel kind of like
The
nods.
new one. The other one was brutally murdered.
Bev looks at you and says, "What?"
Nothing. No, you're doing a great job, Bev.
We're
Put
gonna
my arms around
roll.
the whole group. He said, "Don't you worry about that, Bev. Let's get going.
Okay, hang
Let's get
on. We're
this
rolling a
deal going."
d3 on quitting. It's a 2. I was like, what? I do want to maybe talk about that a little more. But okay. Well, listen, Axel.
Dan just kind of looks at Ken and Jim really quickly, and just under his breath, it's like, does she read the newspaper? That's it.
Fair. Yeah, and so yeah, Bev is like, listen, Axel, we were thinking maybe we could, and she kind of explains a little bit of the deal. And Axel kind of listens and looks over the rest of you and says, uh, and this business, you bring this back, or essentially trying to, kind of get you all to explain your presence here, because Bev makes sense.
We're Chu's biggest fans.
Oh,
We would do
because
anything for Chu.
okay,
I'm here for protection
are you
because of the
okay?
whole situation with the last manager.
Right. Yeah, I heard that like her heart was like ripped out of her rib
Hey,
cage.
hey, 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 hey!
Details aren't important.
Oh,
Yeah,
All now is the future. Let's not concentrate on the
okay.
past.
Well, let's why don't we go back and I'll get Lorelai, and you guys can, if she's interested, we've got maybe 10 minutes before she gets on stage. So, you know, um who knows? Like it doesn't hurt to
What
drum up.
was Itchy Jim moshing to if she wasn't on stage yet?
There was like a warm-up band. The
Oh, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Axel takes you backstage. You are now backstage with Bev and the others. And Bev turns to you all as Axel kind of disappears to go find Lorelai and is like, "Hey, I've had too much to drink, so I'm gonna need you to come up with a strategy. What are we telling Lorelai? What are we gonna do for her? What is she gonna? This is as far as I got in the plan. She like shows you in her notebook like the empty page. There are no more notes past this page.
So we want her to tell her audience to come to Chew's show, yeah?
Yeah, hype up Chew.
And
What if?
Sorry, go. My bad.
No worries. What if we talk about the possibility of working together for like an excessive, bloody, gory duet sometime?
That takes a few notes. Okay.
That's
And
an option. Also, we could do, the simple art of cross promotion. She promotes us, we promote her next big gig. And I would be willing to take off my I Heart Chew shirt and maybe not wear an I Heart Lorelai shirt, but the next best thing.
at this concert, take off the I Heart Chew shirt like now, but not like permanently never wear it again.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm absolutely putting it back on afterwards.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Really sweet with the shirt. Okay. Good. Okay. Good plans. So
And if none of this works out, plan B, listen, all y'all, it's a sabotage.
Sunglasses make that perfect, and I'm a huge Beastie Boys fan, so I have to become out of character for that moment to say thank you.
wait, what is the Bev, sorry, Bev is going to ask. Sabotage what?
Yeah,
Well,
Oh, I thought you were saying
Okay,
something. Go for it.
I was gonna go for it. Well, if Lorelai doesn't like our offer, you know me, I'm really into extreme sports. We've got all these flyers. I'll just do a flip off the stage and throw them into the air.
Maybe she'll just let you do that anyway.
Well, yeah, that
Either
sounds pretty
way,
cool.
I'd love to do a flip.
Okay. So here's what we're offering. We're offering the possibility of a collaboration with Chew. Itchy Jim takes off his I Heart Chew shirt.
And cross promotion.
Yeah, cross promotion. That's important.
Cross promotion. She writes that down real big. Cross promotion.
At our Blood Ball,
At the Blood Ball,
mention Lorelai's next concert. And I take off my shirt.
And you take off the I Heart Chew shirt. And Ken does a flip off the stage to be cool, but also to distribute flyers.
And if she says no and we don't write this in the plan, nor do we mention it to her face.
She's still writing. Don't write this in the plan.
It's gonna take the pen from her. Just nope. This part. This part's just verbal.
Yeah.
She becomes one step closer to quitting.
Plan
Pluck the pen out of
B.
her hands.
Plan B. You leave, Bev, and we'll take care of the rest.
Plan B is I leave and you take care
We're
of the rest?
a great team.
Yes. If she says no, plan B is you leave and we take care of the rest.
I kind of felt like I was becoming part of the team, It was going to be
You are part
Ken,
of
Dan,
the
Itchy
team,
and Bev from now on.
You're doing a great job, Bev. If you want to stay, you can stay. It's fine.
Take care of the rest mean here.
Don't worry about it, is what it means. We want you.
Don't you worry, Bev.
Yeah, we want you to be happy and complacent and not complicit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Complacent, not complicit.
Very important distinction.
I need that on a helpful quote.
No. Okay.
It's
About this
Rachel.
time, Lorelai and Axel approach. Lorelai is very tall. Like is wearing shoes that make her additionally extra tall. And has just like this exceedingly long black hair. Very pale skin. Probably uses makeup to make her skin much paler than it actually is. Because pale skin is actually kind of a trait of the Elfier, as opposed to the drow. And so this is like an aesthetic thing of like making her skin extremely pale, but it's cracked through with red, to kind of get that gothic, and that's where you get that kind of lightning red look. And there's just she's wearing this kind of like leather, very sexy outfit, with like just like a lot of the blood, kind of already applied. And um she's kind of distracted, right? Because this is 10 minutes before she goes on stage kind of thing. And she comes out and she's like, I'm sorry, there's this urgent of business. Is this how Chu Queen of Excess does business 10 minutes before at a concert?
Yeah, you know how artists are. Not everything is just like business and paperwork, right? Sometimes things are just in the moment. And we felt like this was an in the moment thing. We thought you would understand because you're also an artist. And we wanted to give you this opportunity that if we could maybe do cross promotional things with you here, then we could promote you at our Blood Bowl. And then it would be really great. There's the possibility of a future collaboration if you
Itchy
want.
What's
Jim
that?
dabs in agreement.
um what's this blood ball? Can you
I hand her a flyer.
She takes the flyer, kind of looks it over. um yeah, so blood is obviously a bit of part of my whole thing. So a blood ball is something she kind of looks at Axel and like is like, can you write a few things down? A blood ball that might be. So is this? So if Chu is doing this, when is this happening?
Tomorrow. And so this is a little bit different than what you do with blood because I know that you have a lot of blood that you kind of just throw out at people, but this will be more fresh, let's say. And I don't want to ruin the surprise any more than that. But it definitely won't be stepping on any toes. It'll just be uh it'll be different, and I could legally tell you how it's different in many different ways if you need me to.
I'm not worried about the legality or the overlap of
Oh
our perhaps.
God, I
What
didn't
I
know what else.
what I'm interested in is this potential for collaboration and future blood balls. Um, yeah, go ahead, Dan, and roll your spin doctoring here.
Nope, it's a
That's a
10.
10. So 10 is a failure. So she kind of flips her hair over her shoulder and kind of like looks up and she's like, it's just that collaborating is not really, this whole like you pointed out, I'm an artist. I think Chu is an artist too, and we have kind of opposite aesthetics, and the collaboration thing might not go
So
so well
then
between like the goth and like the glitter bomb.
that leads really well not into collaboration but into cross promotion. So, that way, because there are some people in your audience and in her audience who like both goth and glitter bomb. So maybe, if we can advertise ours here, then then some of your people would also want to come to hers, and then we could advertise your next thing there. And some of our glitter bomb people are going to be like, oh shit, that sounds dope as fuck. Let's
You
go there.
scratch our itch, we'll scratch yours.
Yeah.
Hmm,
How itchy are
itch.
you feeling right now? Because I think we're all feeling pretty itchy.
All right, go ahead and roll spin doctor again. Second chance on cross promotion.
Yes!
7 is a
7 is a
success. Okay.
success.
Hey. um
Woo!
uh Lorelai kind of taps her very long fingernails together, clickety clickety, and looks at Axel, kind of squints her eyes, and Axel looks back and gives one little nod, and she's like, all right, cross promotion is something we can do. I assume since you are talking to me and it's now 7 minutes before my appearance on stage, that part of what you were hoping for cross promotion is some sort of announcement on stage. Is that correct?
Ken to do a backflip off your stage and toss flyers into the crowd.
I'd love to do that for you.
Looks at Axel and says, do we have any more of that the blood that we could? And Axel's like, yeah, come with me. And they lead Ken to get bloodied up for this backflip. And she kind of takes the flyer and looks it over and like double checks a few things with Bev on like the announcement and says, okay, as for what Chu will have to promote for me, this whole blood ball thing, I'm not, or that what it's called, like the blood ball, right? Yeah, okay. The
Yeah.
blood ball, I suppose maybe what we could do as opposed to, I don't know, I'm thinking it's not necessarily a collaboration of Chu and I performing together, but maybe making some sort of series out of this blood ball, blood bath, blood, right? We can kind of continue and kind of maybe
Blood
do
bonanza? If we like alliteration to continue.
you know what? Leave it to the artists.
Blood birthday? Okay.
Blood brouhaha.
Yeah, okay. So my
Blood
point,
boys!
you're not here.
I yell it from
Yeah,
behind
from
the like
afar.
curtain.
You shout it from behind the curtain.
Okay. Maybe like doing like grassroots announcements. I know that there's a lot of people here who get really hype about finding out about things like from the next, right? Like you only get to know if you're in the know. So maybe this kind of like she announces at her concert when the next one, which we'll call Bloodbath, is going to be, and then we'll kind of stagger them like that. If that sounds, and Bev is like furiously taking notes. So as long as you can secure that there will be some sort of announcement at the concert promoting my uh, next installment in perhaps a series that Chu and I can go back and forth on, then I think that this will be a great.
Yeah, you have my word and Bev's, who's the actual manager.
I was like,
Right,
oh,
Bev?
yes, absolutely. I am so sure that Miss Chu, who I've known for 2 days, is going to agree to this. 100%. I have no doubt. Yeah, and so Lorelai has agreed. And you all, Lorelai, excuses herself to go finish preparations for the stage. And as you go out, or yeah, she, gets out, she greets her crowd, everyone goes wild. And Ken, you're kind of ushered out onto stage, and everybody kind of goes silent as they observe this, and they're very confused. And I think in taking off the Itchy Jim shirt, or the Itchy Jim's like I hurt you, Lorelai, if you don't mind, I know this kind of retcons it a little, but like gets it nice and bloody, but it's still like the I heart Chew is like very visible, and puts it on Ken, and everyone's like very confused about like why Lorelai is like bringing an I heart Chew like person out onto the stage and stuff, and then she explains
Start
a little
getting
bit.
itchy.
Huh?
So does Ken start
Does
getting
Ken
itchy
start
when he
getting
wears the
itchy?
shirt?
Good question.
Ken
Just like,
is
oh god.
so like highly amped up that like his skin has no feeling. Like he's just like vibrating with excitement because he's like, I'm gonna do a flip. I'm gonna get so much attention. This is gonna be great.
And Lorelai kind of does the the crowd thing. She's like, "Okay, everybody, now listen. I have an announcement. Some of you may know Chu, the Queen of Excess. In the past, the Queen of Excess and I have had not much to do with each other, but I think you might be interested in knowing a little something coming up for her that might fit what you all are interested in. If you're here to bleed," and she's like, like hits a note on her instrument, and like everyone goes crazy at the "we're gonna bleed," and that's kind of your cue, Ken. So if you want to extreme sports this shit, let's.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So the way that I imagine it is like when she's doing all of that, Ken is standing there just like straight, like arms to the side, just grinning ear to ear. It's like just grinning, covered in the blood. And everyone's just like, what? Okay. Gets excited. Does. Big run. Big run. Chew the Queen of Excess is the best! Does a flip. Does 3 flips. Throws the flyers like
Mhm.
crazy. Let's see if what happens.
Yeah, because you have to subtract one from
do.
your roll because you have
Good roll,
adrenaline.
please.
Add 1.
It's a 3,
Yeah.
which makes it a 4,
that's a
which
4,
is a
which is
success.
So I
Yes.
stick the landing, grinning still, blood flying off,
As
melting
these
down.
flyers, yes, like flutter about around you, and the flyers being, these red and color, that almost looks like in the lighting and the way that Lorelai is playing and like the ready to bleed and everyone's screaming about blood and shit. Like it looks like these kind of like raindrops of blood falling in the crowd and people are jumping to get them. And Lorelai kind of comes back and says like, now, I don't want you all to think that this has nothing to do with me. While Chu may be the one kicking things off with this blood ball, you can all find out more about what will happen next, where with my participation by attending Chu's blood ball. And with that, the crowd kind of gets really hype, and people start grabbing flyers from each other. And the rest of you are kind of like out there, like yelling details and locations and trying to like write things, like someone, yeah.
Ichijim is back in the mosh pit.
Oh yeah, for sure. The mosh pit is just off the hook at this point. Not to bring up hooks. I know that's
Sore subject, man.
Bad memories.
and in the interest of time, we're gonna kind of close on a last little scene of Bev sitting in the back, just like, I hope we get the chandelier up and running because this will be really disappointing if not.
It's just Dan sitting with her, and he's just like, "You'll get it, I'm sure."
All right. Oh
And
my
I'm in
God.
the mosh pit.
In the mosh pit. We're moshing. We're throwing elbows. Um, the rudest mosh pit there ever was. Everyone just like, go.
It's already covered in blood, so.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, who knew that a chandelier was your biggest nemesis?
My God.
But I just want
And
to.
I wanna swing from the chandelier. Okay.
Somebody will be swinging from the chandelier. I just want to throw this back up here to celebrate it one more time. I'm sorry, Rachel, that we have to put it over your face.
Put it over my
Because
face.
this is
Phrasing.
just so beautiful, just so wonderful. This Queen of Excess blood ball. Oh, this is a marker.
It kind of fits with it though. It's got the
Yeah,
blood spatter.
it fits perfectly. So just imagine this showering down over Lorelai's concert. A beautiful finale, very successful. There was definitely more shit planned, like things that could have gone crazy, and I was like, we're out of time. So we're just Lorelai is pumped to collaborate. Let's go. All right, I'm gonna hide this again so we can see Rachel. Hello, Rachel. Welcome back. Sorry, we had to hide you for a minute.
Doesn't bother me in the least.
Thanks so much for being here with us, enjoying this Ken, Dan, and Itchy Jim, and Bev, the fourth musketeer, joining the crew here. Doing their thing, drumming up some hype, getting people ready for the bloodbath or the blood ball next week. So, well, for us next week, for Ken, Dan, Itchy Jim, and Bev tomorrow. And I had a blast. A++ to Galway for this amazing overlay and all of the help getting that set up. To Sam for making the flyer, the Queen of Excess concert flyer, which is just so cool. And of course, Rachel, Sarah, Sam, thank you for throwing yourselves into this crazy little one shot last minute as we made that plan. So I just wanted to say one more time, happy birthday to Ava.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Eva.
Um, yeah, is there anything else before we go? Check us out next week, playing things. This week, 7 o'clock Mountain Time tomorrow. Fates of Rin. And then we'll see you next week for the rest of the stuff. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Itchy Jim out!
Bev out.